And welcome back to another episode of The Casuals. We're here powered by Match Hero at Magic Door Studios. We're with myself here again, James Healy. And we're not so casual here today with our co-host, Paul Nealon from Irish Football Fan TV. How are you getting on today, Paul?
All good. How are you, lads?
All good. And to our very far left, we have the beautiful Alan McGovern in again as co-host for Match Heroes, The Casuals again. How are you getting on, Alan?
I'm good, but I'm very nervous about casual stats that I might try out.
And to my right, we've got the very brilliant up-and-coming singer-songwriter Ian Brennan. How are you getting on today, Ian?
All good, man. Cheers for having me.
Yeah, all good. How are you getting on? Anyway, you were supposed to be here with us last week, Ian. You didn't get to make it.
The week before, yeah.
Week before,
with a bit of a family emergency, but we're all good.
Everything is all good. Very good stuff. So, lads, we're here today for the Man United versus Man City game at Old Trafford. And so, just for full clarity here, we've got two Man United fans in the room. I think you can tell which is one of them anyway. Full kit. I'm not going to say it.
Come on, you're committed. So you can't commit.
We're kicking off here at Old Trafford. So Paul, we're going to get predictions here, lads. So to Paul, first up, what do you reckon today?
I don't know, because the two teams are both not really in form, so it's just so hard to choose. I'll go for 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw. Okay, Alan.
Oh, there's like the common sense side of me brain talking, then there's hope talking. 1-0 United.
1-0 United.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, God.
Ian.
I'll tell you now in a second. I'll tell you now in a second.
Penalty.
Come on, give it.
He's giving it.
He's giving it. And of
Right,
course.
I'm gonna say Fernandez and did the first goal and 2-1 Man City.
That was good play by Garnacho.
That was well done,
He's
yeah.
not a belter of a start.
Oh, he could be out.
He's outside the box. He's outside the box.
Outside
He's outside the box.
the box. Okay. So you're saying, so what's your prediction again?
No, I think Fernandez will
still be
score,
given,
but I
it'll still
think
be
it'll be 2-1 to Man City.
Okay.
I think Marmouche will
And
score.
It's definitely a foul.
So
Is
we've
it
got
definitely outside the box?
just on
Is
the
it?
edge of the...
He's outside the box, I think, yeah.
He actually did, when the ref signal looked like it was given a free kick, not a penalty. He didn't point.
Yeah,
to the
so he
spot.
didn't point to the spot. Yeah.
So just for clarity here, we've got an Everton supporter to my left here. We've got a Liverpool supporter to my right. I'm standing in the middle. So, two United fans, Liverpool and Everton. How did Liverpool get on today, Ian, just as a matter of interest?
Well, see, we actually want to win it against Arsenal. You know what I mean? So we leave it, we'll beat West Ham, we'll beat Leicester, we'll beat Spurs, Chelsea, and we'll lift it against Arsenal. And we get the Guard of Honour and we'll do all that. So don't worry, we're not worried. We're not worried.
Okay. Everton were playing yesterday, Paul, were they? They were...
Arsenal 1-1.
Arsenal 1-1. Was it a draw game?
Harsh penalty, wasn't it?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I thought it was harsh.
Hey, listen, we've had a lot of harsh things go against us this season, so about time something goes our way.
And they're just sitting one place behind United, Everton, at the moment, where I don't know how even Man United are up where they are at the moment.
I tell you, O'Brien's a shining light, isn't he, in that Everton team?
Yeah, he's been amazing.
Class.
Since he's come in. And
Think you'll keep him?
keep him.
Yeah, think
He's
he'll stay.
only played about 10 games.
Come on.
Yeah, but
Yeah, of course
Poor
we'll
free
keep him.
kick.
Well, we have new owners now, and we have to start building around players like Jake, like Brandthwaite, and those types of players, and build them for the future and add quality around them. With the new owners, I think they come in, they want to keep it like players that are 23 and under. So Jake kind of falls into that gap. So there's Brandthwaite, and then you've got players like Indai, who obviously got the penalty yesterday. So yeah, it's about kind of adding to that, getting a good, decent striker, and maybe a right winger in the summer, and then see where we go. Maybe a good midfielder as well. But yeah, no, Jake's been excellent and playing out of position largely for since he's come in.
But don't do United and start buying players who are over 35 and paying them stupid wages.
Yeah.
Oh.
Try
Well,
and
see,
win it.
with our old owners, we would have done that. So the Freakins coming in, like their kind of MO at Roma was to buy players that are 23 and under. So
That's it, building the squad.
Yeah.
That's what you want. That's what I wanted United to do for so long. It's actually, just if we're going to be bad and we're building a squad, fair enough, we're building a squad, but just buying players, think they're going to be magic. They we seem to get half a season or maybe a full season like Casemiro when he came in, then he just fall off. And so
I think the problems are bigger at United than that. Though.
yeah. Look, you can
You
point
know,
anywhere.
like-
You can close your eyes.
yeah.
You got to give Amrin at least 2 transfer
I
windows.
like him. I
Yeah.
think like he's sticking to his game plan, which is I respect. But like, what's
Where he
supposed
is
to do?
though, like I mean, the position he's in, and the team he's in charge of. Is he going to get 2 seasons though? That's the thing.
But what's the point
do they
if he's
have-
not?
I know, yeah.
Or who else?
Do you know what I mean?
Who else
do
is
you
next?
bring in?
Like,
Well, do you not see the argument of maybe that he should be playing more so to the players' strengths until he gets the players that he wants in?
Yeah,
I get
it's been
his
all
philosophy
season.
or whatever, but like good managers change the way they play to suit their team. Like if you look at, I'm not comparing him to David Moyes or anything like that, but if you look at what Moyes has done with Beto, like Sean Dyche couldn't do anything with Beto, and he was trying to play him like Calvert-Lewin, and Moyes comes in, he pulls a few strings, and all of a sudden Beto looks like a decent Premier League striker, not a great one, but a decent one.
But is that not a very old school managing mentality? Like look as you said, you're comparing it to David Moyes. David Moyes is an old school manager in this day and age.
Yeah, he would
Like
be.
the new managers, the Ruben Amarims, the Arnie Slots. I mean, this is not Slots' team, and you can clearly see those players cannot play some of that system. He's played the same 11 players all season. He clearly doesn't trust Nunez. Didn't buy Chiesa, so doesn't trust him. Harvey Elliott can't get a look in. He's there 4 years and he can't get a start in the team. I mean, maybe for Klopp's game, he might have been good enough, or he would have been good enough. For Slots, maybe not. So he's sticking to his.
Well, I think Klopp would have adapted to his players, and he did at times.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like a good, and he was an elite manager. He look at everything he won. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pep as well. He's altered things to suit like Haaland last season. I know it's not working out this year, but that's what I'm saying about Amorim. Is it like, can he move a couple of things around and then get his players maybe in the summer, or players that suit that system that he's trying to play, because obviously it hasn't worked so far.
How do you play a system with Eriksen and Casemiro? But do you know what I mean? Like, I mean,
I think
Good managers find a way though. That's what I'm saying. I don't agree that he has to play the same formation at every single club. Like having it adapt to what you have. That's what I would say.
but is he the coach or the manager? You know, it's different now, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
it's,
well,
it's,
they
that.
have those setups now in these in the clubs now. Well, they have
like Moyes is the manager.
backroom staff or the backroom
Yeah, well, he
staff.
kind of oversees everything.
Yeah.
He'll actually be in charge of the recruitment as well. See, look, I just like the way that Everton are going this summer. Like whether Moyes is in charge of that or not, is the fact is that Everton actually have a plan to transfer window, and that's what he was saying about. Alan was saying about United is that they don't. Like this is the first year that Everton will go into a transfer window with a plan, and you're actually excited because you feel like they can, maybe with the new stadium and stuff like that, they'll be able to attract new players and stuff like that. But the actual like transfer windows over the years have been deplorable, worse than United's.
Well, United has been pretty bad over the last couple of
But
years.
I actually think we've been worse if you look at our like the players that we bought, even like Jack Harrison on loan and stuff.
Yeah, but yeah,
So just to get into it, lads, we're here for the casuals. We're on episode 3, powered by Match Hero. Download the Match Hero app on both stores, the Apple Store and the Android Store. You can basically create any football games now in your local area with all of your teammates. You can create group chats. You can get paid and pay instantly for your 5-a-side, your 6-a-side, your 7-a-side, and yeah, we're starting a new whole football community. So download the app and start playing football today. And just to kind of introduce the lads, Ian, up and coming singer songwriter. You've been doing a little bit of a media tour over the last while. Things have been going well.
Yeah, we have a big show on May 10th in the Sound House.
Yeah,
Full 6-piece band.
big shout out to Paul. Big shout out to nice guy Paul.
Nice guy. Oh yeah, Paul Downey. Yeah.
I thought you
Nice guy, Paul. Yeah.
So,
Shout out to Paul, man.
So how's things been going? I see the new track M2M. I really like that actually.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. It's flying at the moment. We have a gig on Volume Records. Yeah, no, we're doing Volume Records on Record Store Day in Dunleary, acoustically with the full band. Saturday week.
Nice.
So I think we're on about 3:30. So free gig, come on down.
So I know you from our Total Entertainment days. So we better give the lads a shout out anyway.
Oh yeah.
Big shout out to Total Entertainment and Rob and the lads. They'll sort you out with any DJ, band, acoustic player in the country.
Pretty much, yeah.
Anywhere you want. If you've got a wedding, if you've got a bar, you've got an event, contact the lads at Total Entertainment. They'll look after you.
Most of us will play the opening of an envelope, to be fair, like, if the money's right,
That's one of the best sentences ever been said in here. That was brilliant. I like that.
Yeah, the lads are good. The lads are on the ball up there. So Paul as well. So Paul, how's things been going? Irish Football on TV been flying out the doors this last few months. You've been doing really well.
Yeah, it's been very busy. Some exclusive interviews and stuff like that. And
Tri-Parrot recently.
yeah, Denise O'Sullivan as well. She was
Yep.
just captain there the other day for the women's team as well, and they won 4-0. So
Brilliant.
that was a good win. Oh, what's he doing there on
that was tricky.
Just don't.
Who are you
trust them.
predicting for the League of Ireland this year?
I think it's hard to look past Pats, but then
It
again,
is, yeah.
nobody's winning. Like I saw a stat earlier that I think no team has won more than 50% of their games so far.
Really?
So,
Well, I'm a Shells fan now, but
so
drew
am I.
against past
Oh,
Are you Shells as well?
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd love to see Shells win it again, obviously. But I like kind of putting the pressure more so on Pats. than doing Shells, you know?
Well, it was a strange season last season. Like the Shells just been on top the whole way through the league. You're just waiting for them to fall off. And we come to the end of the season, you were expecting an upset at the end of the season, but it was Shells.
Well, the way results were going, it did look that way.
Yeah,
And then
the last 10 results or something like that, Shells were a lot of injuries though. The last
Not the last game of the season,
More
they
last
weren't.
5 games that they kind of got back into form and got over the line because they'd lost 3-2 to Pats. That was a really good game if you were a neutral. Not that I was. But it was a great game with some great goals. That one at Talca, arguably the best game of the season last year. And then to come back from that to then go and beat some of the teams around you, I think it was Waterford and Drogheda, and then Derry. There were 3 huge wins and then deservedly champions by the ends of it, you know.
But at the start of the season when they bet Shamrock Rovers, they hadn't beaten the Shamrock
Yeah, Will
Rovers
Jarvis,
for
yeah.
God knows how long. What was it, 15 years or something crazy
Yeah.
like that, or
Well,
something like in the league?
We were in the first division and stuff like that, so there was reasons why we hadn't kind of played them, and then Rovers were just so dominant. Rovers have been unbelievable, and obviously they had that good run in Europe, which I thought was great for the League of Ireland to have someone representing on the European stage. Was brilliant, and I got to obviously go to a few of those games and see those kind of European run, or see the European games like in Stamford Bridge and even over in Molde and stuff like that. So it was brilliant, and you know they were a penalty shootout away from going to the round of 16 or the knockout phase anyway. So yeah, hopefully maybe Shells can do something similar this summer. That'll be amazing, and then take that again.
How do you think Duffer's getting on this season?
I think he seems to be struggling to get that extra bit out of the team. By the looks of it, he came out and said it after a few press conferences and stuff like that. He just says, "I can only do so much. It's up to them to kind of come with me in terms of setting that standard." So yeah, look, I mean, it was a good result against Pats. Could have went either way, and had they won that, then all of a sudden everything looks good again. So I just think they've just started a bit slow.
Yeah,
And a rough start for Bows, hasn't
Yeah, they're coming back into it now. Though.
I know,
Shells and Bows next week.
it? Yeah, that's right. They were 2-0 up to come back 2-2. They're lucky to get the 3-2 win then. And
4-2 in the end.
Oh, was it 4-2 in the end, was it?
Dawson Devoy scored a cracking chip, in the last minute. It was really nice. But they have quality around their squad. It's a wonder why they haven't been winning. Like they have Colin Whelan up front, he obviously scored. Then they've got Dawson Devoy. Then they got Ross Tierney. Like, got really good players. Like, Ross Tierney obviously got 2 of the goals as well. But I look around it, like they should be a lot higher than what they are. For the players that they have and stuff like that, and obviously the size of the club.
And just to let you know, lads, so we're here in the down in Magic Door studio. So we're introducing the the swear jar again, there, lads. We want to thank obviously David Sadler for his little contribution for our swear jar.
He got
What is it?
He said, "Did I course?"
Not yet. No, we're just telling people about it, Paul. We'll hopefully you'll get a few in over the course of the next hour and a half. But yeah, thanks to David for his contribution.
It's about time though,
Thank you
as
very
well,
much
wasn't
for
it?
that. Right. So yeah, he was here on the first episode, and as you can see, he had we should mark down a few more there actually, because so we have our swear jar here. So there's a €2 penalty for keeping it not family friendly. So we'll try and pull a few swear words out. Don't worry, lads.
Well, my new goal for this thing is just to wind you up and you to fill that swear jar now.
So United will do it.
United will do that for us
They do
all.
that themselves, yeah.
Yeah.
Rasmus Hoyland to do that himself.
13 minutes in here, lads. There's not a lot going on.
More so City now.
Yeah.
It's the usual United. We was talking about Rovers there. Did you see the girl? I don't know her name, but she scored from
Little John.
Yeah, unbelievable.
What a goal.
Unbelievable.
What
She's got a
goal.
cracking
Didn't see
free
that,
kick
no.
the week before that as well, and off the bar. It was a cracker as well. Arguably better, just in terms of the technique. But yeah,
Yeah.
what a goal. No one thinks of doing that though. You know, just
Yeah.
because you can just shoot straight away.
Last
Takes
couple of
bottle, though.
United derbies haven't been
Oh,
great
yeah.
at all.
No.
Like, you know, the Manchester derby.
Prior to the game, the end of last season, when United came out, was it
What, the FA Cup?
yeah, the FA Cup, and they just came out with a different game plan. We were just looked like a different squad.
Well, you have to be, because that
Under
very
attack.
tough semi-final against Coventry was, which is what,
Yeah.
blessed.
Yeah.
I mean, blessed to get through that semi-final.
But like that game against City, though, we were just like, who is this? Where have they been all season? Like,
It's
and
funny, isn't
they
it?
had a game plan and they stuck to it, and then
But even Liverpool against us in the quarterfinals.
Mm.
Paddy's Day that was, remember?
yeah.
Oh no, wait, was that the FA Cup? Or was
Yeah,
it the
well,
League Cup?
Paddy's Day was in the.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
That
well,
was because I was playing out in the old
Ahmad,
schoolhouse and
wasn't it?
swords. What?
Ahmad scored.
I was
how you know
fully,
he's there.
What a
fully
goal
United. It
that
was.
What a goal!
It was Ahmad scored late in that one.
Yeah, Quanta gave him the ball on the play.
It was
Remember?
extra time, no?
Yeah, Quanta
Yeah.
had Quanta passing the ball.
Yeah, and he just broke from the halfway, wasn't the whole way?
Wouldn't say
through.
halfway,
some
I'd say
goal.
just outside the box and say, but yeah. Great goal though.
Just
Great player, Ahmad, isn't he?
Yeah, but United always put so much pressure on them. Anyone who shows a glimpse,
Wrong,
of
isn't it?
It's just
It's wrong.
They're just held. to
Garnacho
such-
as well.
Yeah,
I think the best story to come out of United in the last couple of years was when Ronaldo come back
ball.
and Phil Jones refused
Oh,
to give up
touch.
the number short. Remember?
Oh, that was good.
Phil
good.
Jones like, no, my short.
what a legend though. Phil.
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah, he wouldn't give it back to him. Yeah.
It's great.
What did you say there? Sorry, I missed it because of that.
Ronaldo coming back to United, he wouldn't give him the jersey.
Phil Jones wouldn't give him the number back, like, you know.
Oh,
Phil Jones like, no, that's my number.
He did take the most iconic photos though in football. Phil Jones with his mad face.
Oh,
So
stop.
he was-
No,
That's
Ashley
your
Young.
match hero
That's my match
picture.
hero picture.
Ashley Young with the board pill in his mouth is the best.
Yeah.
Is the best.
he actually clarified that wasn't actually a thing.
Oh, I'd clarify that if it happened to me as well, but I can
Yeah.
absolutely
With the faces?
Yeah, definitely was.
Oh, yeah. It had to be him.
He,
Yeah.
when he came out afterwards, he was laughing about it, going like whatever way the camera angle. I think it was spit or something.
Oh, sorry, Ashley Young with the board pill.
Yeah,
No, yeah, I'd clarify that if that was board pill as well, but that was definitely board pill. I
he
absolutely.
had a good explanation. I can't remember now off the top of my head, but I'll find it and send it to you. I wanted to ask you about Liverpool actually, and just kind of their, like, as I saw on the fan debate there on the overlap the other week, like they were just talking about kind of FSG and how they kind of handled contract situations and stuff like that, and the way that Salah hasn't been offered a contract, neither has Van Dijk, neither has Trent, and he looks like he's gone to Real Madrid, but
It's 160 millions worth of players, isn't it?
probably more.
Yeah.
I don't think it's true that they weren't offered contracts. I mean, Carragher, I know, look, come here, he clearly has some sort of in, like, you know, but they were offered contracts.
Yeah, but it's mad that they're not done for.
But I mean, like, you got to look at Mo Salah, right? He's clearly the
silly
last.
though that they've let that run down so much
Totally,
either way. Yeah.
totally. It's ridiculous, really. But you got to look at Salah, right? The last 3 months he's been dreadful. Since the turn of the year, he's been dreadful. No.
Since Ramadan started, no, which was like a month ago.
Yeah, probably. No. Before that again.
Was he?
Yeah, he's been.
Well, how many goals? He's
He's
got a
still
few
scoring,
goals.
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
Scored a lot of goals this season.
Totally. But I mean, you got to look at him and you got to look at his age, right, and go, one bad injury next year he gets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas,
It's just really risky, isn't it?
totally. I mean, look, for me, if I was doing a Liverpool clear, there'd be a couple of players I'd get rid of. Luis Diaz, for me, is not good enough to play for Liverpool.
Aye.
I think Jota, I don't think he's been the
He
same
would
since
have
that
been a
back
fan's
injury.
favourite back in the day, though. He would have been a couple of years ago.
Jota?
Oh, even Diaz. He would have been a fan's favourite.
He's
Over.
never had that end product, though. Like, he come in and he in that January, and he had a great 6 months then, or 3-4 months to the end of the year.
Yeah.
I'd hate
Hasn't
to
hit
play
the
against
heights.
them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely you would. You'd have a nightmare against him. But I mean, he doesn't score goals, does he? Like, he hasn't got that. I know he scored today, but he hasn't got the.
He doesn't score when you
He
need.
doesn't
him to
score 10, 12 goals a
Salah.
season. Like, you can't hit that. Mark,
You
like.
know, it's striker score 10 or 12.
Yeah, but you know what I mean?
Mad,
But, you know,
yeah.
goal.
but Darwin Núñez is clearly not good enough to play football.
For Liverpool. I think he.
For Liverpool.
I
That's
think,
well.
I
That's
think
what I
we
mean.
went
Like,
to
I'm not.
someone less, like say, AC
Wefta.
Milan or something like that, and
Talker Rovers would be brilliant. You know what I mean? He'd be up front.
but no, but like AC Milan or something like that. I think he'd actually be really good at them, or like Atletico Madrid or something.
Yeah,
like that. I think he'd actually because
yeah,
it's less
so-
pressure than Liverpool.
I'm saying, right, if we got rid of, my dream striker now, everyone's talking about Isak,
Yeah.
Julian Alvarez.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's only Haaland that stopped him
Yeah.
being the striker on that team. Like,
Yeah.
and obviously Haaland is going to stop him. Him up front for Liverpool would be unbelievable.
We wouldn't get him now though.
I don't know. Does he not have a buyout clause? I read somewhere he's a buyout clause.
With the amount they forked out for him, they won't want to take anything less than that. I would imagine. It was like
Oh,
100.
probably not, but I mean,
It was actually a shock when he went for that amount, wasn't it?
oh my God.
But
But Isak just seems a little. I don't think we're going to get him.
Oh.
By the way,
No.
I don't think we pay the money for him. But I I think he's a little injury prone, is he not?
I don't know.
Like the last 2.5 years he's been with Newcastle, he's had big injuries.
Newcastle doing well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, if they sell Isak for a profit, then they can spend big.
Yeah, but they'd be absolutely slaughtering that club if they get rid of him.
Yeah, but I think, well, Suarez left. Even
Yeah, but
Coutinho left and actually built that. That's when Liverpool really went dominant. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes you can sell one player for a lot of money and bring in, like he brought in Van Dijk and a few others, and all of a sudden, you went unbeaten for ages. You were the best team.
what's your take
So-
on Trent going to Madrid? Do you think he's right, or do you think
I like his ambition, but I struggle to see.
is he going to start ahead of Carvajal?
No, that's I wonder.
Pressure, yeah.
What do you think? Cam?
Football in from United. Oh!
How's he missed that?
How
How
has
was
he
it?
missed that?
So my take on the Trent thing is that people are saying it's like McManaman and Michael Owen going. It's not. Those two were the best players in those two
their best?
teams,
That's mad. I forgot McManaman went.
and he won a European title.
Oh,
Scored in the European
Madrid,
final.
Madrid, yeah.
Scored in the European final.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
He played.
he won two. He won two. Yeah.
Oh, he went for the head. and went
Anyway,
underneath.
sorry, go on.
But my thing is that Liverpool were crap when they went.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's not like the Spice Boys when McManaman went. You know what I mean? But that's what it was. It was Robbie Fowler. It was.
Beckham as well. Like.
Do you know what I mean? But you had the team at Liverpool. But it wasn't. We're never going to win a title. I understand McManaman going.
Yeah.
Trent could win another Champions League at Liverpool. Could win another Premier League. Could be the captain. I don't see him as a leader. I actually think Klopp giving him the vice captaincy ahead of Salah was a bit strange. I thought,
Yeah.
to be honest.
But does Madrid just have that lore? Yeah.
Of course it does.
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course it does.
Always has.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
Look at Mbappe,
Of course it
like,
does.
you know.
Yeah.
It
But
always
is
has.
it's different when you're from the city, you know?
But he's also mates with Bellingham, so I think that's a factor there as well, that he would have probably been selling it to him on England camp and stuff like
Sure,
that.
you seen him in signing Real Madrid jerseys there when he was out partying with Mbappe and all the Real Madrid players last summer. I mean, everyone knew this was coming. This is not something in the last 3 weeks everyone's surprised by. I mean, Liverpool fans knew this was coming, but
Like even supporting United and supporting Liverpool, like growing up or back in the day, you were always wary of a good
Madrid,
player.
yeah, yeah.
Madrid were coming for them, like, you know what I mean. We
Or a
we
good
thought
manager,
Giggs was going to be
Ancelotti.
gone. You had Michael Owen gone.
yeah, but we
Beckham
were never a Man United when Michael
No.
Owen played there. I know
No.
we won a treble in 2001,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's not. We were never going to win the league. Never. You know what I mean? First time. Now, right. I'm 33. I was 9 when we won that treble. Right. Right. But I don't really remember. I have any recollection of it. Right.
I've watched replays though.
Right. But my thing is that I didn't really believe we were ever going to win the league. Maybe that year it was 2009 with Benitez,
Benitez,
Yeah,
with
right.
Torres.
Gerrard.
Remember that first year?
Torres and Gerrard,
I think we were second.
second.
We finished second there. Yeah. And did United or Chelsea won it that year? Did they?
It's when Rafa had the meltdown, was it not?
Yeah, he had the meltdown.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
but did
United.
Chelsea win it or United won it that year? Did they?
'Cause
and then-
he had the meltdown at Ferguson.
Was Brendan Rodgers in 2014 then?
Yeah,
That's when I thought we were. Oh my God, we're going to win the league. Like,
that was the Dembaba, no?
yeah, the Gerrard slip thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's Gerrard.
And
That was City.
Christian Bull, remember?
City won that
Crystal
one.
Palace
Yeah,
trio,
White
back to
Girl.
trio.
I actually
Yeah.
met him in Thailand like a year later.
Did you? Yeah.
Told him I loved him.
How long was Torres with Liverpool before he went to Chelsea? How long was
Oh,
he
he
with
did
3
Liverpool?
4 years, was it?
Yeah.
3 years, I think.
And
3,
he
4
was
years.
mucked
He was-
down when he went to Chelsea.
But that's why we let him go.
I know, but it was mad.
And
though.
you got
You see-
Suarez instead, who's probably better.
So
Yeah.
here's my ball shout. In my opinion,
You think he's better than Torres?
well, the first ball shout. We all have to make a ball shout, right? I want to hear everyone's bold
United
statement.
are going to win.
But you know something that
Yeah,
nobody
that's a
agrees with,
bold
right?
statement.
That's how. Sorry. I actually think, in my opinion, Suarez, after Messi and Ronaldo, is the third best footballer of my lifetime.
Who?
No.
Suarez.
Suarez.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Or
that's
nine, man.
Bold.
Yeah,
Ever.
see, my mate said this as
Ever.
well. I actually think he's
Ever.
better than Onan.
No.
Not in my lifetime.
On your
He's
life.
he's
not winning Russia.
unbelievable.
Oh, I've had a lot more players in my life.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. I mean, you took your driving test on a pterodactyl, so there is that. Like,
Flintstones car. yeah.
I
That's a
would
bold
say-
statement.
Come on, put it
That
out
is a
wide.
bold
it is. That's what I mean. Like, but everyone has a ball shout in football.
Who
Zidane.
won?
I'm-
Zidane was unbelievable.
Yeah, but yet-
Ronaldo, the actual
Well,
proper Ronaldo.
yeah, or 9. That's what I said to him
R9.
already.
You were showing our age by saying proper Ronaldo. There's 15-year-olds that go now. No,
Who? What?
CR7's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
proper Ronaldo. Like,
The
you
one
know?
that had a dodgy knee.
There's some that don't
Yeah,
even
but
know who
if
he
you-
is. Is that
if you
not-
hear
Like, I actually think that the
Oh.
the MSN strike like that front for Barcelona is the best front three of all time, I think.
But they're not considered the best Barcelona team of all time.
No, but that's a whole team. But I'm talking about just the front three. I
Iniesta,
mean, Messi, Suarez, Neymar, unbelievable.
When you have Xavi and Iniesta
David
behind
Villa
that
and
three, though.
Pedro was the other two, wasn't it?
Yeah, like a subs.
first.
Imagine.
No, they were.
Oh, sorry.
that was
At the
when they were at the.
Ibrahimovic.
That's
That's everything.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
They had Ibrahimovic.
But he had Ibrahimovic.
Etu
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah, I don't think Ibrahimovic is better than Suarez though.
I think
No,
he's
no.
he's hated at every club he's ever been at. Actually,
Who?
Ibrahimovic.
Is that,
I like
except
him.
for AC Milan, I think.
Joe, I think was overrated, and it's just something that some player that I never clicked with, even though he
Great
obviously
ball.
has talent. Neymar.
He didn't. He,
I
didn't
just-
I mean,
No, I don't know. I just can't. There's nothing.
he went to PSG at the wrong time.
Even as how he carries himself, and unbelievable skill. Like obviously an unbelievable baller.
he's too friendly with his sister, isn't he? Isn't he?
But you know, it just lacks though. for
No one should be that friendly with their sister. Taking days off work for your sister's birthday, you know.
Okay.
And he's done it for 10 years.
Yeah, it's weird. Oh, I'm injured again this weekend. Bit odd, isn't it? 10 years running.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
10 years running.
I think that's a recency bias thing though, Ian. I think if you look back at some of the players.
But that's what I said. My
Absolutely
lifetime. We're quite
unbelievable.
recent.
Yeah.
I'm only 33.
Yeah, but like there's players that are unbelievable, and I think actually played against harder. Like there was a lot more better defenders than there is now. Like there's a
Yeah,
handful of really good defenders now.
But has anyone had a single good season like Suarez in the Premier League?
Oh, like I mean, I would have been
Aguero would be a shout.
Eric
to
Cantona.
rival.
I grew up
Yeah.
around
Yeah,
Eric
but
Cantona at
Aguero,
times, you know.
Aguero in the longevity, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely.
I don't think
But
he's
you're a
better.
United fan, when you hear Aguero, it just sends shit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I'll always remember that. That was one of the most iconic things here.
And United thought they'd won the league.
Yeah.
We were already celebrating and then like 2 minutes later, I was like, oh my god.
I also think Wayne Rooney slept on as a Premier League player.
Well, Wayne Rooney's
So
the best English player of all time.
That's
All
so
time
good.
Rooney, I reckon, yeah.
Best English footballer, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, when you hear
wouldn't
his
be far
ex
off,
teammates
yeah.
talking about him, it's hard to disagree.
Yeah, but there's and for the length of time he did it as well.
Unbelievable.
He was the best player at Everton at 16.
Started at
Not-
16, yeah.
Not that we were that good at that time. either.
He was always a tank, though. He never changed size. He was 16 and stayed the size he was the whole time. We were lucky at United for.
He loves grannies though, doesn't he?
He hasn't aged well. He hasn't aged well anyway.
No, he hasn't aged
how
well.
you see some ballers and look, we understand they have the diet checks, but when they give up playing ball,
Look at Gerrard.
yeah,
Mind Gerrard, look at Charlie Adam. He's the oldest looking 24-year-old I've ever seen in my life. Do you remember him?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's
The
been,
streets remember. Charlie Adam.
have we got
And the Welsh Javi Joe Allen.
have we got any comments in today, James? Is anyone chatting
no,
into us
we're
yet?
still-
What
we
was
had
your
a few
man's
lads
name?
in.
Balls and
Balls and Gee.
Where are you,
wow.
Balls and Gay?
What a name. That's in the
He's
That's a
swear.
name and a half.
That's what we
It's a
got.
name and a half.
Give it.
I was supposed to send the link out to all the lads there. Did you send the link out to all the?
That's it. I have it up.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I'll send it in.
Oh, United in here. So there is a game on as well, as we're 26 minutes in. We always seem to forget to talk about the match that's actually on. So yeah, we're here at the Casuals episode 3 with Ian Brennan and Paul Nealon as our guests in today. So we're here supporting and powered by the Match Hero app. And we've still got no swears again on the board, lads. We're doing well. We're doing well today. We're being nice and family friendly. So, Paul, give us how's your love of Everton? Where did that come from?
My dad, unfortunately, brought me up as an Everton fan. I went to
So
Goodison.
you were getting the Everton jerseys in the Christmas presents and
from the mega store, yeah, because
Oh,
they didn't
alright.
really have much. I still don't really have anything over here. Because Everton
so
messed.
you had to get them over there.
Yeah, well, we used to go over once a year. It was called the Junior Blues trip. My dad was involved with the Irish Toffees,
Brilliant.
the Everton Supporters Club, and we used to go over every year. So I was literally over just talking to the lads on Toffee TV about it the other day, just on my Goodison memories and stuff, and just kind of brought it all back. Because obviously Goodison's going to be gone, or we're not going to be playing there after 3 more games now. But
And that's
we
it
used-
now. Oh, United are in.
we used to go. I'll finish after this. Great ball.
Oh, get in. Oh, go ahead.
Nearly.
And then when I went to Goodison then for the first time, we got beat by Arsenal, but I got to see like
What age were you when
7
years old?
7 or 8, yeah.
So you had a bug straight away.
Well, I started watching football in the '98 World Cup, and then I loved Holland in that World Cup, and I'm not sure why. And then Mark Overmars.
Everyone loved Holland over here.
I don't know.
Everyone had
the
a like
jersey,
for Holland,
isn't it?
wasn't it? A jersey. I had about 3 Holland jerseys,
Yeah, I don't know
Players
why,
as
'cause
well, I
no one really likes orange in where we live.
Yeah.
So it's a bit.
They had blue jerseys as well.
I actually ended up getting. I think one of my first jerseys was that away one that they wore. They was
blue one.
blue and orange.
Yeah, the
one,
orange collar on it.
yeah, it was nice. And then so then there were some of the Arsenal players who I loved. Obviously, I think Mark Overmars scored and Bergkamp was playing and stuff like that. So we got to see them. And then from then on, it was
you
always
got to see
Everton.
Bergkamp live as well.
Yeah, on my first game, so that was pretty cool. And Overmars as well. But that's where it all stemmed from there. But like I had a lot of friends who supported Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, so it was hard supporting Everton during those times. And those times, unfortunately, have crept back up again in recent years. But hopefully, we're over the worst of it.
I
now.
always remember, actually, just as you're saying that there, I always remember Everton were the team kind of hovering down around the kind of relegation that they always scraped out of it every year.
It's funny, even as a Liverpool fan, I don't hate Everton. I hate some of the players.
Yeah, but that's because we haven't been good.
No, but
we're irrelevant. We are irrelevant to us right now. But I think
no, but even still, like I should hate David Moyes, right? Because of the United and everything. I don't actually kind of like him.
Well, I think
he's likeable though. Like,
he is likeable, isn't he?
Does does his job, you know.
Yeah.
He's committed.
You know. I like him.
He is actually a gent. I met him a couple of times as a kid, and he was just. And then I see him in press conference, and he's the exact same.
Like I hate Jordan Pickford with every fibre.
I love him. I absolutely. He's one of those though. If he plays for you, you love him. But I actually think you're talking about ball shouts, but I think like he's up there in terms of one of the best Premier League goalkeepers.
Did you remember that Divock Origi goal?
Yeah, it was a long time ago now. But have you seen him in recent seasons? He's the sole reason why Everton have stayed up, and it's him.
He had a great season last season, didn't he? Or was it the season before? Was it?
Yeah, last season. And yeah, well, he had some
before the points deduction. When was that?
Yeah, the Chelsea game where he made that.
Oh, unbelievable!
I was at that game. Yeah, Richarlison with the flair. It was unreal.
But he's a very commanding keeper. Like I'm looking at Onana there for us, and he's brutal. You don't trust him. Pickford, you know what I mean.
I'd hate to play in front of him as a back ball.
He's intimidating. Like he asserts himself out there. He lets roar. Like you take notice of him.
I think what people don't like about him is if you're watching the TV, it just always seems to pan to him, and it always seems to be about him. I think that's what people don't like about him.
Remember he held the ball on the ground and all in Anfield. Remember he dived on the ball, and then Alisson did it and all.
Yeah, but after 60 minutes or something.
After 60 minutes, yeah.
But that's the thing. Like everything he does is like magnified so much more, especially because he's been England's number one. And I think because he plays for Everton, he doesn't get the recognition that he probably deserves. That if he was at like I don't know, a City or Chelsea or United or something like that, he would get the recognition a bit more. I don't care. I'm happy that he doesn't get the.
Would you put him in the top 5 keepers in the league?
Yeah, I actually think Alisson's better than him. That's being genuine.
David Raya.
Better than him.
You think he's better than David Raya?
Pickford's better than him, yeah.
Vicario?
Pickford's better.
I think he likes Pickford. I think he
likes Pickford. Yeah.
Martinez is great.
I think Martinez has been excellent, and would probably rival him, but I just have Pickford to edge it. Sorry, yeah.
For the lifelong, obviously you've been a football mad since you were a young age. Now, for me personally, I don't like football as much as I did as when I was growing up, because I think a lot of the character and a lot of the fun and I think a lot of it's been taken, the soul's kind of been taken out of it. I don't enjoy it. I still love football, but nowhere near. Like we were talking about players like Bergkamp, Overmars. Like, it was, to me, that was unreal. I just don't see it, or I don't connect with it these days with football anymore. The way I used to. I know a lot many years on me now, but would you be the same, or still loving it as much as back then, or where are you at now with it?
I'd agree with you. I think David McGoldrick actually used to play for Ireland. He actually came out and said it recently in an interview that he doesn't watch as much football anymore, just not because he doesn't like it. It's just because there's no real mavericks anymore. There's no one that gets you up off the edge of your seat. And there's always kind of those like mad players who you just get excited. Like we put up a carousel there the other week of Joseph Indove, just in the League of Ireland. I'm not comparing that, but just his little highlights package. You never see that now.
Yeah.
And even like
I actually watched that. You actually put up and I watched it. Yeah,
but like JJ Okocha, even Adele Tarabt, those type of players who you just
what a player,
they just entertain, or they might
good in end twice.
Yeah.
What's that?
So good in end twice.
Yeah, but like those types of players are gone, and it's because the street footballer, it's coached out of them. They're coached to be a certain way, and
don't step outside. Being that aggressive.
don't take risks.
Yeah.
Remember Michu? What a
Yeah.
baller!
Yeah.
What
One
a
season.
baller! Do you remember him?
Yeah.
But it's
For
all
Swansea,
it is
God.
it is
Where is he
literally
from? He's Romanian or something.
no Spanish.
Spanish guy, isn't he?
He's at Swansea.
Baller. Remember, everyone
Yeah.
was like, "Get him! He had an amazing season." Remember?
Yeah.
Where did he
Good for
go
a
after
header.
Swansea?
Good for
Did
a
he go?
header.
I don't know. We go.
He was-
Go Paul. Got the staff.
Yeah.
He was at Swansea then.
The Paul's now then. I definitely don't.
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
About the course there. That one nearly came out. I pulled the back.
I forgot what I was going to say there.
We were talking
We were saying about the
the
street footballers and stuff. There's no one really
Yeah,
in the league.
it's all about the percentage pass now,
Yeah.
and you're not allowed to take risks and all that type of stuff. Even like I know Man City are well coached and stuff like that. You can see that, but like you just don't see anyone taking a risk or trying to get around players anymore. Like you just don't see like and someone I didn't mention, like if you ever just want to be entertained, just go onto YouTube and watch Ronaldinho's highlights.
Oh, it's sick. I was watching
Balls
the other
again
day.
has dropped in.
You see the one that he done with his foot, and it doesn't. It says it does
Bounce.
physics. It doesn't make sense.
The
If he gets
bounce.
it
I
to-
literally just watched that like
It is
before I
bad.
came here. That's so weird that you said that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it's all like
Great
what-
name.
how do you do that?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. He did like the man come flying in. He just
He
bounced
just
it over.
bounced
Yeah,
it
yeah.
over. It doesn't make
I
sense.
literally just
Yeah.
watched that in the car coming over. I don't know.
Balls again has dropped in, Alan.
Oh yes, good lad. Fair play to him.
Question for the lads: is United ruining players?
I think the pressure of the club might.
I'd hate to talk out for United. At this point, atmosphere, like deliver or you're scrutinised.
Oh,
Or
But-
show any flair, and then you're really getting it because you're supposed to carry the team. Then you know.
is
So,
is
I-
Ahmad injured? Sorry, James. Is Ahmad injured or what's? Sorry, is he playing? Or?
Yeah, Ahmad's injured now. He's gone for another yeah, he went a couple of weeks ago, didn't he?
A couple of weeks ago, he was injured. Yeah.
Was he on the bench though?
I don't know.
I'm just wondering why, because you were saying about players who are kind of under the microscope.
Is United ruining players? I don't know. I think there's attitude problems. That's what every manager has said in the club, that there's a handful of players with attitude problems. Martial apparently was one of them. Apparently Rashford another one. Garnacho has an attitude problem apparently.
Well,
So-
Did Rangnick, I think, came out and said it about Rashford as well. Sorry, go on, James.
no, I was just thinking like there's an expectation so much because of the recent history. Like,
But why? They haven't won the league in 10 years.
well, recent history as like we still have
Liverpool,
all
I
those
think,
same
so.
fans that went through those good years are still there. You know what I mean? So
Liverpool.
there is an expectation.
When you were growing up, I'd say.
yeah, but we had no expectation of winning the league.
You
Only
still won titles, and that's the way United are.
Mm.
They'll always want to win titles, otherwise it's a poor season.
Like you need
Yeah,
to be in
but-
the cup finals.
But to
or-
me,
or
growing up,
semi-finals.
I never expected Liverpool to win a Premier League ever. As I said, I can give you the two
Well, you
2009 and
expect them
14.
to be in some form. You expect.
Yeah,
them
but
to
you
be
could have
there
come
in
just
the-
after that. You know, Liverpool, I think, was in the late 80s, 90s, were
Yeah.
winning titles. So you would have just came after that. So you wouldn't have been like.
You're not as
seen-
cursed as I am.
But Everton, I could be wrong here, but I think they're the fifth most successful English club
I
in
think
it.
City have maybe just pipped them, I think.
Oh,
but,
have they?
But yeah, but before all the money, yeah.
And you've never been relegated, isn't that right?
And they say,
Proper club.
Longest serving side in the top flight, yeah.
Proper club.
Although we've had some close calls.
so
No, I think the United thing, now from an outsider looking in, right?
Mm.
You seem to hate the owners, right?
Yeah.
always.
They've spent so much money.
Yeah.
Like any player you've wanted. Look at the players that have been there. Di Maria, unbelievable baller.
Yeah.
Was
But we got rid of him. within-
Yeah, I know, because he was septic when he went to
couldn't
United.
play, yeah, couldn't
Nah,
play
didn't
with
get on with the manager.
Didn't get on. Was it Mourinho?
Van
No, Van Gaal.
Van Gaal, yeah.
Louis van Gaal.
He only
Dutch
stayed.
man.
Was it only
Dutch,
like
Dutch.
6 or 8 months he was there? Or was it longer? My brain is. It's like
I think he was there
wasn't-
for a season, was he not?
It wasn't much more if he was, but like that's crazy. That world class player to come in and to be gone again.
Yeah, but
He really hated it there as well.
but the money that you've spent,
It's the
like
weather. It was
Martial
always
had
the
the.
weather. Always the weather was the complaint, the rain and all.
Do you remember Martial had the Ballon d'Or clause in his contract?
But he made some.
He had
good
high
at
hopes
United.
with 50 million.
Right,
for
yeah.
Martial.
I mean, I
50
remember him.
million.
He tore Trent the new one. Remember
Yeah.
in that fourth season he came.
He was one of those like he'd have an absolutely unbelievable game and then he'd be nowhere to be seen for 10 days. 10 games.
Hugo Viana, do you remember him play for Newcastle?
Remember him?
Portuguese fella. I wanted to ask you actually, what have you made of Rashford since he's gone to Villa?
She's playing
Is he-
better.
he
Flying,
is,
isn't he?
yeah, he is. But is it this thing that you like when Sancho went to Chelsea? He forced 3 good matches. Now is he just because he's under pressure to deliver? But how can you go
No,
from
so Rashford. I think Rashford has attitude problems with United. I don't think he has it at Villa. I think he'll go and he'll flourish at Villa. Jadon Sancho just has bad attitude problems. He's had it in the Bundesliga. He's had it in the 2 Premier League clubs he's been at as well. He's not showing up for training on time and all that stuff. It's not acceptable. It's not
For the
like
money.
That's why Pep got rid of him
For
as
the
well.
money.
that's why he got rid of City. That's why he got rid of Man City as well. Yeah, I mean it's
And Chelsea don't want him now.
of course they don't want
No,
them,
so they're-
but they have an obligation to buy him.
Buy him, yeah. They're
They have to
trying
buy him.
get back to United.
Yeah.
It's mad. But
I
like,
just cancel his contract. Be cheaper buying him.
yeah. But yeah, straight up.
Would be,
for
yeah.
the money, yeah.
I mean Chelsea's in shambles at the moment.
Yeah, Chelsea had a
Totally.
0-0 draw today with Brentford, was it?
Was it 0-0? Yeah.
0-0, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, good.
Like Chelsea have that problem. I actually think the whole league is suffering from that problem now, with the exception of maybe Man City and Haaland. But like, who maybe take Isak out of it, right?
Mm.
Who is the centre forward? Who are you looking at in the Premier League that's not Haaland or Isak, and you're going, wow,
So
Yeah,
I was
we
on-
used to be
in what
spoiled for them
sense?
back in the day.
like you know what I mean? Like
so
you'd
many
have,
good strikers.
yeah.
But
I mean,
even
who's
back in
out
the
there?
day, we had Van Nistelrooy just for United. Like you had your stone mark who got on and he
Louis
scored.
Saha.
Yeah,
Like
Zaha
Zaha
was
would be
on this
Isak now.
yeah.
You know,
But
back then.
We had Alan
if he was
Smith
still
and
playing.
everything back
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
Remember Alan Smith up beside
Do
Zaha.
you know who I loved? I loved Nicholas Anelka.
Yeah.
Anelka
well
was
done.
a great
God,
player,
what a
yeah.
baller! And do you remember he came to Liverpool on loan for 6 months?
Arsenal,
And we
was
thought we were
worse
going to
for
buy him. We were
You
like,
got
this is
El
it.
Hadji.
This is the game changer. We're going to buy Nicholas Anelka. No.
El Hadji.
El Hadji.
it. Lads, Juff, yeah.
Jeez, man.
Oh, get in! Oh. So balls geese back. So back in the day,
And then-
United almost got Ronaldinho.
Yeah, that was before he went to Barca. He was at
Sure,
PSG.
we would ruin players like him now.
That was Ferguson, yeah.
I
I
know
had, I
that.
had a friend of mine tell me Ronaldinho overrated. He's only ever had 3 good seasons.
Well, it's just because he loved the session.
You know, he's locked up now, isn't he?
Well, yeah, he was mad. He got locked up, or where was he, in Thailand or something?
Yeah,
He
he's
got
no
locked-
fake passport or something. Wasn't he?
No, he had.
He's
He
literally
was
Ron-
Venezuela. Or that's
Yeah, it
that
was
what it
South
was?
America.
Yeah, he was in South America at the time, so I actually know a bit about this because obviously Monica was getting the
Shout out
details.
Monica.
Was a passport?
No, so it was all to do with property fraud and stuff like that. So he bought a load of properties and it all went belly up through
Oh, is that
some
what happened,
company.
yeah?
What happened, Sandy? He was on the run and he went over to Venezuela with fake passports.
Yeah, fake passports, that's what I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
so he
That's
actually went.
bad, isn't it? Though.
Yeah,
It's
he
Like-
like something like
Oh,
50 million.
what do you mean? You're James Healy.
Like imagine, like
You know what I mean? Like, what's
you'd
the
know
story? Like, you know,
Ronaldinho if you seen him, like you know.
That's the maddest thing, yeah.
most Brazilian looking Russian fella I've ever seen in my life. Do you know what I mean?
So yeah, so that's what happened. But he was the one. You know that he was the one that came up with the tech ball table.
What's he? Yeah.
Ronaldinho is the he
No
didn't
way.
probably
He was
come
an
up with it,
ambassador
but he
for
was the guy that actually I think he might have invested in the company or something.
And he's a
like
big part of it, yeah. He's
Yeah,
like the face
yeah.
of it, yeah.
that. So he'd just be over at the likes of the.
The tournaments.
Funnily, I was actually in touch with him one time.
What?
Were you?
Yeah, the web.
We need to
summit,
fact
yeah.
check this.
Yeah,
Did you
no,
need him-
we're
need him to cover
supposed
Bad Bobs,
We're
did you?
supposed to be going to the. We're supposed
Do you
to
need
be
to
going-
cover Bad Bobs?
No, we're supposed yeah, Wednesday. Yeah, 5
Yeah,
o'clock.
yeah,
I won't
yeah.
be there.
My passport's out of date.
Yeah, but we were supposed to be going to the Web Summit over in was it? Where's supposed to be? I don't know if the Web Summit. Yeah, it was over in Barcelona, I think, or somewhere at the time. And Ronaldinho was going to be there, and we were supposed to be meeting up to talk and go actually show. him
Wasn't
the-
it? Yeah.
But we actually didn't go in the end, so we left that one go. But yeah, I was actually talking to him because what happens is when you're in the Web Summit, they actually give you connections to all of the other people that are going to be going there. So definitely reach out.
I think Ronaldo was at one of them recent in like the last 4 or 5 years. Or 9.
Yeah,
But back to the Salah contract thing, right? Where do you go? Right, let's say he's too
Reckon
good
he's
to go
gonna
to
sign again.
Yes, because this is what I'm trying to say is where does he go?
He has to go. He's going
Barcelona or Real Madrid.
Right, so if he goes to the Middle East, he's a god, right?
Yeah.
But he can do it in 3 years.
Yeah, he
Money
still makes the
is-
same money.
He's clearly still good enough to play
yeah,
at the
but-
top level. But
Money.
who does he go to? But this is the thing. So
I think so. I think a team will find a way to get him if they want him, like a Barcelona or whatever.
Real
but boy,
Madrid
he's not
always
going to
will.
play at Barcelona.
Well,
He'd be
He
fit.
would.
He'd
Ahead of
good
who?
for them.
Rafinha,
sure if he went
Yeah.
there, he'd make
Rafinha looks like he might get the Ballon d'Or.
fighting with his keeper last night, wasn't
Oh, was he? Yeah, I didn't see the game last
he?
night.
Taken.
But like, he looks like he could be getting. If they
He
win
do-
the
he
Champions
does look-
League,
he does look good, but I do think that Salah would get in ahead of him. Salah, in fairness, should be rivaling him for. the
yeah.
Ballon d'Or,
If we win the Champions League, I think Salah wins the Ballon d'Or.
You're out of it.
Yeah, I mean, if we'd have won it.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant it.
He wasn't letting away. No, you're
Yeah.
You're out of it.
PSG were quality in,
Oh my
in
God.
that game.
Oh
Both
my
games.
God.
How
Your man,
does-
your
how
man
does-
Karchik Cavallo, whatever his name is. If I say his name 2 more times, these couches are gonna start floating. But him,
Who?
yeah, man, what's his name? The left winger Karchik. I won't say it again. The candy man will come through the mirror if I say it again. He's
The fella
unbelievable.
who came off the bench. He got his debut for France recently. Doué. He was class when he came on. Young fella.
But the Saudi
Desiree
thing, like,
Doué.
I get it. I get it in 3 years for Salah. You know what I mean? Because they will love him anyway.
Yeah.
Remember the thing that went around that said there was a presidential election in Egypt. Mo Salah came second and he didn't run.
Would he go to the MLS then?
No, you're better off going to
I think
Saudi.
there's more money
Of
over.
course,
in
you-
Play
Saudi.
for
You're-
Miami with Messi and the boys.
Yeah, you know, is that the draw now?
Would he get in ahead of Messi?
We get in ahead of
Suarez up front,
with
Messi's
his
out
one
right, isn't he?
Suarez looks like he's on borrowed time with his.
Ah,
You see
yeah,
the
come on.
training
He's
videos
How is he
of-
still playing over there?
You see
That's
his knees.
Yeah,
he's
that's what I
fucking-
mean. Like, it's not because he's not good enough. It's
But Busquets is there as well, isn't he?
half a Barcelona.
One of the most
though.
underrated
Messi must have been like,
players.
all the lads, come on.
All the lads,
We get
well,
this all in
If
here.
you look at like,
Yeah.
Bexel sorts out.
Beckham sort.
Yeah.
if Busquets was playing now, he'd be getting Ballon d'Ors like Rodri. He was unbelievable. Another player, if you ever watch his highlights,
Do you agree with a midfielder getting a Ballon d'Or?
I don't.
I don't think so either.
But it shows where the game is going. He spoke about
Yeah,
earlier
there you
about,
go. There's no
about-
yeah.
strikers to talk about anymore. So
That's
it's-
true.
you know.
But this idea of Trent Alexander-Arnold saying, I want to win a Ballon d'Or, mate, you're never going to win a Ballon d'Or.
He could be the midfielder though.
That Cruz replacement, pinging passes
You
around.
never know. Like Ancelotti's been very clever. I don't know if he'll be there though.
Oh, he's gone. He said he's gone.
Well, then it'll probably be Alonso. So
Well, Jurgen Klopp.
it could be. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad shout at all. Shout
I mean,
out Carlo Ancelotti.
I hope
I
not,
love that
but-
man.
Don Carlo.
I do love him. Like, to be fair, but unfortunately,
Who has your favorite Everton manager been?
Moyes.
Do you reckon? Yeah.
Yeah, and I was
First
delighted
Moyes or
when we got
second
him
Moyes?
back. I was advocating for
At,
getting him
at
back.
first time was
First time Moyes for me because he only like
I felt bad for him going to United.
I
for how he was
I
treated.
think
Yeah.
he was probably it was probably too soon for him. I think.
Everybody was destined to fail after that. Like if you look at this,
Everyone
if you
has.
look at the league that you won when Fergie retired,
Oh,
Yeah.
it was a rough team.
that was a rough.
Yeah, yeah.
Fergie knew.
Yeah.
He must have known. Listen,
I think Fergie
he did the
the year.
opposite.
I
He
think
did the
Fergie
opposite of
coulda
what
left-
Klopp did. to
the
Klopp.
opposite. Yeah,
Fergie could have left 3 years before he did, still been a hero. Like, you know what I mean? So
totally. He's the best manager ever.
Yeah, but just on Moyes, like when I was a kid growing up, like Ian will tell you, like Liverpool were, even though they weren't even that good, they were always better than us. Whereas Moyes made us compete with them, and there was a number of seasons where we finished above them, and that was kind of our MO for the season. Obviously, I don't want that to be our. I'd like us.
Your
If
Steven.
Liverpool, but if Liverpool are doing well now and at the top, like Everton should be eminent to try and get up there. Not they might not.
I
get
know,
there,
but you can't do that by celebrating 2-2 draws like he's won the Champions League. I mean, that can't be doing things like that. It's Liverpool.
Come on! It was the last minute equaliser. If you did,
Stop! Will you start celebrating throw-ins and all that game?
if you did that the other way around, you'd be running around celebrating, and then people say the same to you, and we're like, no, we weren't. So it's
Yeah, but we'd be going for the league.
I actually find that just weird the way people say that you can't celebrate a last.
No, you can.
Oh, you
but
definitely
just
can.
the way,
Yeah.
the way was like.
Oh well,
Now it was a cracker of a goal,
Yeah,
wasn't
It's
it? Like
the last ever derby in Goodison.
of course, you can celebrate them. Brilliant.
oh,
So,
you
like,
can
if we-
absolutely celebrate it,
If we were to
100%.
lose that, it would have been terrible. Like to leave the stadium, and Liverpool got the last win there in the derby. So the fact is, it was literally the last kick of the game.
It was a bogey game, wasn't it? Where did he get the time from?
What was most embarrassing was when we beat Crystal Palace a few years before in the last to stay up, and then everyone went on the pitch. That was more embarrassing.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. Yeah.
So we're half time here, 0-0 with Manchester United versus Manchester City. We're half time. Yeah, what are your thoughts so far? It's more chances to City as far as you can see, but it's a close enough game.
Thought Phil Foden would go before he went off.
Who do you think has more possession?
Man United.
I would say United have slightly.
Yeah.
City 62%.
Jesus.
62?
Mm-hmm. Smart that one.
Doesn't seem like
When
that
you're not- when you're
whatsoever.
not actually watching it, it's well, not when there's no kind of sound or commentary on it. It's
I thought City were knocking the ball around well.
Paul, who's the one Liverpool player as an Everton fan that you just like, I can't stand him, like I hate him. Like,
Gerrard.
Yeah,
Is it
have to
Gerrard,
be-
yeah?
It would have to be.
He just
Gerrard,
always
yeah.
scored against us.
Yeah,
You know what I
he
mean?
did,
It's,
And always from outside the box, screamer.
and he always got away with stuff. You speak about Tarkovsky and the challenge the other night or whatever, but like Gerrard and Carragher used to get away with them every derby.
Yeah, but there was no VAR.
I
This
know
is the thing.
I know. I'm not saying that, but people were going on the other day like it was the worst challenge that ever happened.
Because there's VAR, it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if Gerrard got away with that back in the day, you can't go back and like. I agree, the challenges were horrendous, but it's foolproof now to not let them away with those challenges. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
you can't do that.
But still, I prefer football without VAR.
I think.
Yeah,
you-
yeah,
absolutely.
totally,
just-
totally.
yeah,
I do as well.
But there is aspects of when something is given fairly offside.
Well, the automated offside is coming in the next round of the FA Cup, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah. Think so. Yeah.
I wonder if that was around where the Bellows goal stood there the other night. The first one that offside.
He did look onside, didn't he?
But they didn't draw the lines.
Yeah, that's what I
So-
mean. But he did look onside.
But I hate this shoelace.
At
thing.
least you're not.
The
At least you're
shoelace
not
thing.
like
like it's
you see it both ways.
sorry, it's like the width of a shoelace. Is it offside? Is it not? It's taking 7 minutes to
I
make
know.
this call. The tempo's gone out of the
That's what I
game.
mean.
The atmosphere,
Even-
it kills the atmosphere in the
yeah.
stadium. Like, you know.
Some of the best part of football is when you score a goal in the celebration.
Yeah, it's in the
And then you
moment.
kill it.
you
Like,
know?
I'll openly admit, right, in Istanbul 2005, Gerrard dives for the penalty.
Yeah,
Look, I'll be the first to admit it.
yeah.
But you have to do it.
Yeah,
he
it's in
does
the-
it.
yeah,
You know what I mean? He does it. Henri handball, like against Ireland. You know what I mean? Like that would
one
have.
still hurts. That's still.
Damien Duff
hurts.
dived against Spain to win the penalty, didn't he?
That's right. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
True.
What
yeah.
a player!
Go
I
on,
mean, it's
Duff.
part of the game. You know, like you play the game. You know, and this is why football has gone different now.
Where were you
You
for
know.
the Henri handball?
And me conservatory, me mask off.
I can't remember where I was, but I can still see it.
I know.
And I
where
remember
was.
the
Where were
anger.
you, Paul?
And they just did
I made
looking at the
stuff.
ref and just nothing happening. And we're like, ah.
My mate's kitchen. We watched it.
Yeah.
Having cans.
For me, that Everton player is Ross Barkley.
Ross
Hate
Barkley.
Sorry, I meant to
Don't
come
like
back to you on that. Yeah,
I hate him.
Why?
He was filthy against Liverpool.
When he was
He
a
never
Liverpool
played
man,
well
wasn't
against
he?
Liverpool.
He was from Liverpool, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Man, he's scouts,
he never played well against Liverpool. That's why I'm surprised.
What's your thoughts if Anthony Gordon comes to Liverpool in the summer? We lose Diaz and we
It's
get
just-
Gordon. Would you hate him?
Yeah, honestly, he's just irrelevant.
Would it be? Yeah.
He's just irrelevant in my opinion. I was happy we sold him. We got good money for him. Don't care about him past.
You don't know.
Like genuinely, don't care about him
He's
past.
a great baller, I think.
Yeah, he's good, but he always has a stinker against us. So he generally is just irrelevant. I'm not trying to be
Yeah.
rude to you or anything like that.
Yeah.
In terms of what you asked me, but he just it doesn't bother me, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've no hatred towards him or anything like that. I just don't care about him.
Man, at one point, you had Ancelotti and James Rodriguez, and like the team looked like it was going to be going on the
And
ascendant.
then we got Rafa,
Then,
and everything went downhill.
and then Rafa, yeah, because he wanted to move back to Liverpool.
And he got rid of Lucas Digne, and that was a huge mistake. We haven't replaced him since.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's still at Villa, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's doing well.
He's doing well. Yeah.
And he's I think we get still into the French squad. I don't think he starts, but he's class. So unfortunately, yeah, they all went tits up when Carlo left. But I don't blame him for leaving. Basically, our investors, Usmanov, basically had to pull out because of the Ukrainian war and stuff like that. And then we were just literally left with nothing to be able to buy or put more money into anything. And then you look at like Chelsea and some other clubs are getting away with stuff like that, and you're just like, we were literally.
They'll get their upcomings.
And we actually got a points deduction for building a stadium, not for
Yeah.
any actual.
For the stadium built.
Yeah, it's not for any. It's like they tried to say it was like
Yeah.
a sporting advantage. Where's the sporting advantage of
For
getting
having
a
a
stadium?
better stadium.
That's literally what the points deduction was for.
Yeah.
Like it's just
It's
the
weird, isn't it?
Premier League just tried to do what they could to absolutely nail everything there, and they did. But we still managed to stay up.
Look at the face on Keane there.
You can always just go mad. He's the best pundit though, isn't he?
He's brilliant, yeah.
What you probably don't like him, do you?
No, I don't. I hated him for years.
After
I actually think on the overlap sometimes he's a little arrogant, and sometimes it's as if he just snaps too easy with Ian Wright sometimes, and he's
Well, there's
you know what I
an
mean? Like
element to
he's
the drama about it as well. I think.
Yeah,
The show
probably.
At the end of the day, you kind of have to.
probably. I mean, I do like him though. I do like things he
does love the
says, and I do like.
controversy. He loves the controversy. He
I
loves
tell you, I can't stand listening to Daniel Sturridge. I just can't. I just find them.
What
And
about-
I loved him at Liverpool. I loved him.
what about him? Make it.
He's just Mike, isn't he?
I like
He's- Yeah, I like him too. I think he's.
I love him
He's
and
Joe.
I know what stars that haircut's a bogey haircut.
It is a bogey.
I used to, I like him on the CBS now. That's a good panel.
But that's the trade him. Henri's a bit iffy on it, isn't he? Sometimes.
I
He's a bit
think
grouchy,
I
isn't
think
he?
he's very good tactically though. If you listen to him,
Yeah.
he's very good at that. But his banter's shocking. Yeah,
I actually think, and I'm not saying just as a Liverpool fan, I actually think Carragher's the most knowledgeable of the whole lot of them.
Do you reckon?
Well,
Yeah.
he wins a lot of them quizzes.
I
So
think he's the most. I think when you listen to him talk, he makes the most sense.
yeah,
There is a good mix, though. I mean, it is.
It is, yeah.
Neville did make a show of him the
Oh,
other
yeah,
day about,
yeah.
about the owners.
That's true, yeah. But Neville has had some howlers on that.
Yeah, no, but I just find it funny that because he's always like sticking up for Liverpool. And I can't stand Carragher on the
That was
commentary. I just think he's too biased.
He is too biased, yeah.
And he shouldn't be on Merseyside derbies, in my opinion.
No.
But he is, and yeah, that's just kind of annoying. But I do agree with you. He is knowledgeable. And that's the only kind of part where I don't like him.
Yeah.
It's just in that
Yeah.
moment.
I do think I love him. What's his name? Yeah, man, doing the commentary when you see him on
Oh, the fella with the poetry and all this.
No, jeez, what? No. Yeah, man, what's the
Me-
Scottish guy?
McCoy's.
McCoy, he's brilliant, isn't he?
Yeah, and he was doing
He's
well,
brilliant.
wasn't he?
But him and Clive Tilsley were brilliant on ITV.
That's
in
right,
the
yeah.
early 90s and noughties.
But God, listen to Ali McCoy doing the Liverpool games there after Christmas, and I was going, this fella's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, if
brilliant.
you didn't support Liverpool, who would you support?
Well, it'd be United, obviously.
Would it be?
Yeah, well, I support Liverpool because my dad grew up supporting Liverpool
So
in
yeah,
the 80s. So
you would support United.
Oh, why
I
is it
wouldn't
obvious?
support Liverpool.
Why is it
I wouldn't
obvious?
support.
because they were a team winning everything in my lifetime.
So you would
So
have
you're
just
just a glory
gravitated-
hunter?
so it's just
Well, no, but naturally getting into football, like how you say Ronaldo's the best striker
So
ever,
you
because
would've-
you'd have just
And on
like
your
like
path-
like I'd be honest about it. Liverpool fans, you probably would. Now, what I know now, absolutely, I'd
Oh,
stay
you're
clear of
right,
that
yeah.
club.
You're
But I'm
right.
just, but you probably would though. You know, like if Liverpool
You
were,
would have had a good childhood supporting them, I suppose.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
my team was, I think mine was Spurs back in the day. If it wasn't United, it would have been Spurs. It would like that's a.
So back
It
in
was
the day,
it would have been like, well,
if not United, Arsenal.
yeah,
probably
I'm trying to think
because,
back in the day of a man from back in the day, or looking now, knowing what I know.
Well, it was
now.
Yeah, but see, that's what I mean. Like,
I
you know,
was, I was,
you know.
I was
No,
such
if
a goal
he means
between
growing up.
Spurs and United, so I could have went Spurs way, but I ended up going United because of the Sharpie shuffle. That was that was the one. That was before your days, lads. That was the
Spurs were good in the 70s as well, so he would have been.
He's about 15 then.
15 in the 70s.
I actually was like that with Newcastle
Newcastle, yeah.
when I was like.
I still like Newcastle.
Yeah.
They
The
had
fan base
yeah,
and all,
yeah.
and the
They
stadium.
had
was-
Bobby Robson and Shearer and all of that sort of stuff.
I remember when Newcastle got into the Premier League. I actually remember they were when they got up, they stayed up. You always want them to be up.
Yeah.
Like, you know
Who
what I mean?
was
They had that
strike-
because they had a massive fan
Shearer.
base. They were
Les,
like
was it Les
Les
Ford?
Ferdinand.
Les Ferdinand.
Yeah.
That was
Underrated
that.
baller.
See, to
Shearer,
me,
Batty in the
them
centre.
names make me go, I remember that.
But there's nobody now.
David Ginola.
Just, like,
Remember
you take
David
Isak.
Ginola?
Yeah.
just-
David Ginola.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
Ginola, what a player.
Like that-
Aspria.
That makes
Astria.
me excited
yeah.
now. I'm going,
Faustino.
Yeah.
Faustino. He was a great player. So, I know, and you like the was it Sutton? No, that was Blackburn, Sutton and Shearer. But Shearer up front for Newcastle. Batty in the centre.
yeah.
David Batty. Gary Speed.
Baller.
Great
He
player.
was a class player.
What was the key? Shay Given in nets as well.
Unbelievable.
All time, like
Yeah.
Yeah, Cernicek back then.
Sharing a check as well. Yeah. Pavel.
But no,
Did Given go to City from Newcastle, or did he go from Newcastle to
Who?
Given?
Given you went from
Newcastle
Newcastle
to
to City,
City,
then
yeah.
to Villa, then to Stoke. I think.
Is that what it was? Yeah.
Might
I
not have
wasn't
been in
getting the
that
last
order.
two, fair play. That was my contract. I wasn't getting the last two.
Stoke, you know, he
I
played.
don't know if it was in that order, but I think
I will let you
Where
know.
do you store all these?
Yeah,
these
yeah.
Where do you store?
I
all
just
the
always
knowledge
watched the Irish. So I was like fanatical about the Irish players and just kind of where they went and stuff like that.
We-
Has anyone heard from Steve Finnan? By the way, since he's left Liverpool, is he all right? Is he like? Does anyone hear from Steve Finnan?
Can we talk about actually, since we're on the subject, like we're watching Man City, can we talk about how good Stephen Ireland was for a period?
Yeah.
Stephen Ireland.
Crazy, isn't it?
Well, that was a whole time. I remember you just wanted him to play for the country.
I met him
I
once.
mean, it was
Did you?
Yeah, I met him in Arthur's Day in the Guinness Storehouse
Right.
in at a gig, and he was wanting around with his hood up. You know, he didn't want anyone to know who he was. This would have been around 2014. 13,
It's still
14.
relevant then, yeah.
he was
Yeah.
big then. Yeah.
Villa, maybe, is yeah. Stoke.
No, I think he was at Stoke.
Yeah.
And we were talking to him for a few minutes, and I don't really remember what he was like, but I just kind of remember him. Like, it was Artist Day, right? So there's only 200 tickets in the room, like, you know what I mean? He's wanting around with his hood up. You get more attention with the hood up than you would with the hood down, like, you know what I mean? You know? But
I interviewed him actually on the channel.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
was he cool?
When was
He
that?
was actually grand, yeah. 2018 or 19 when he was talking about doing the comeback.
6-7 years.
And he was training with Bruno Fernandes and stuff.
So we have a question there, actually. What are your thoughts on Bruno Fernandes as a Man United supporter, Alan?
Like,
From Baltinky.
it's very hard because we need him so badly now.
Said it as well,
Yeah.
Like, in United, it's always a double-barrel question because at the moment we need Bruno. He's the one who's scoring, he's creating plays. But I often put this question back to people, like out of the current United squad, and you're trying to build a Champions League side that's going to get to quarterfinals, semi-finals every season. That's what you're banking on. That's what your expectations are. Who out of the current United squad do you keep? And
Fernandes.
it's a very hard question.
Not many.
There's honestly,
Diallo, Fernandes.
Garnacho, maybe.
No, he gave him. He
You reckon?
dragged him. Yeah, he get rid of him. He's brutal.
we're thinking like semi-finals.
Yeah,
At
totally.
the minimum, we want out of United's current squad. Who are you keeping in it? Because I struggle to go through the squad and say, yeah, I'm keeping.
Well, you'll have to keep Ugarte, won't you? Because you just bought him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's one.
Lenny
Even
Oro looks like he could
Yes.
be good.
That young Heaven.
Could be good, yeah.
But the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
look like they
he
could be
looks
good.
okay, like it could be good. Well, this is the thing. Who would, like,
Yeah,
we're
but that's who
talking
you're
about
keeping, right?
Bruno
The
here.
question is who you're keeping to.
Yeah.
You're gonna keep
Ahmad.
them.
Ahmad.
Yeah, your man Heaven looks
Ahmad,
good. Yeah, Ahmad Diallo is. Yeah.
Hoyland, you'll have to keep Hoyland.
No.
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 No,
Well,
I can't.
Just because of his age and stuff like that.
Well, I can't keep.
no.
I'd rather give someone in a chance. He's not scoring.
Could you not get someone in that may be more better for now that he could play with? So that because I think he will come good.
I can't. I can't see it.
Can United afford to have a starting centre forward that could come good?
No, that's what I'm saying. So if you get
Xerxes was
someone,
But they have Xerxes. Now I agree with you. He's
He's
probably not a 9. He's probably a 10. Xerxes.
awful.
Yeah.
He's probably like. I don't think he's awful.
He is.
He's good at the ball at his feet, and he's you know what I mean.
He's had moments. He showed
Yeah.
glimmers.
But what they need is awful.
But that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I mean. You know,
He'd be
he's
good at like Brentford or something.
Yeah, but this is what I mean. This is all ifs, buts, and maybes. You're not saying we can't sit here for a Man United squad and go, yes, keep. It's he might come good. He might. It's mad.
But do you actually think you're going to sell players in the summer?
No.
Who was going to buy a Casemiro?
Yeah.
Who was going to buy Ericsson?
And why would you want to leave? $350,000 a week.
Yeah,
2
why
years
would
left in
they
the- a
leave?
year left in the
They're not
contract.
going anywhere.
Ching,
Yeah.
ching, ching, you know.
Do you know, Casemiro has said I'm not leaving.
Yeah. Why would you want?
He's going to run down the contract.
Yeah.
And this whole thing of Radcliffe saying United would have gone broke. You just spent 160 million in the summer there beforehand. What are you
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah.
Why you like? That was the pure
And
lies.
it's every
Awful.
summer.
Pure lies. Like
Yeah. Well, they can't pay their lunch wages. You know, they can't.
I love everyone got free meals now. Now you get soup and an apple. Don't even go together.
And they
Terrible
got-
combination.
They used to
Honestly.
get £100 voucher for Christmas. Then they got £40 this year.
Honestly.
That's like,
It's
any-
mad, isn't it?
Petty,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
It's. I know it probably all adds up, and he's a good businessman and all. I get it. But like, come on.
But you're between Ericsson, Rashford, and my brain's gone blank. Who was the third one? We were just talking about him.
Rashford, you wouldn't cover the lunches for
Sancho.
the lunch
Oh,
ladies as
Sancho.
well, will you?
No, Casemiro.
Casemiro.
A mil a week wages.
It's
players.
wild. It's
1 million
wild.
a
1 mil a week.
I have a good plan here, right? So I have the whole squad there. So
Oh, we do
can
it.
just-
Yeah.
Okay, go. Who would you keep?
I'll let
Stick
you
or
do it,
twist?
here.
Stick or twist. Okay, yeah. Right. So,
this is just for you, Al.
Right.
so for
Keep
the
or sell.
for the keepers, we got 3 keepers.
Just go first team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
so okay, so Anana, we'll just say the keepers.
gone.
Gone. Well,
sell.
Yeah.
Sell. So we've no keeper. So defenders, Lindelof,
Gone. Sell.
Oh, totally.
gone. Mazraoui.
Keep.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Mazraoui.
But you know what?
So he's got.
When I'm
potential.
answering this, I'm answering with our current squad.
Do you know what you do? Go start bench sell.
Star bench.
No, that's how you know. Like you can say bench if you want to keep him, but he's not ready yet to.
Start bench.
Bench.
Sell. Okay.
Yeah,
so
you bench Mazraoui. Yeah.
So we've got one player we're benching. So we're getting rid of Lindelof, are we?
Yeah. Oh, sold.
Okay, yeah. So delete. Ooh,
Bench.
bench. Yeah, I would. Oh, that's a good play. So we're back into the second half here now.
He bought that fell very well.
Yellow card for
Maguire.
City. Okay, so Delit we're getting rid of.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, we're benching.
are you-
Delit? Are we,
No, benching, I said.
oh, we're benching. So we've got two on the bench. We've no one starting.
See, I'm going with this on Champions League.
So who would you want?
semi-final.
In,
Right, okay.
Who would you want in place of them? Though? That's the thing. Like this is the harder one. Like who would you
But
want?
like we
in
talked
place?
about, I wouldn't mind bringing in young players. And if we're going to say, right, we're going to try and build a squad, it's going to be scrapey for the next two. But once we're trying to build, but we're just doing Patch Adams, we're just stick this player and he's going to fix it.
Square pegs, round holes.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah.
We're not building a squad. We're just putting leaks everywhere and trying to put a patch on it. We're not going, right, look, this needs to be done.
So
Yeah.
are we benching Delit? Are we getting rid of him
He's
already
benched him.
on the bench?
How old is he?
Sorry. Oh, sorry. He
Is the lit 26 yet? 27
No,
yet?
24.
he is 25.
God, he's having
25.
more clubs than Tiger Woods and he's 25. He's honestly, and
Yeah.
everyone he has eventually fallen to the bench. He hasn't been a starter consistently for everybody.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
meant to be the next big thing, wasn't he?
You know, Bayern Munich, he was starting, then he wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
Juve.
Juventus, he was starting, then he wasn't good enough. United, you just said you'd bench him yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Harry
So-
Maguire.
The only thing I'd say on Harry, utmost respect to him, because for all he went through,
Gone.
he's gone. But he kept his mouth. No. But the one thing for United players, he kept his mouth shut and he just kept turning up. And when he was called upon, he got in and tried to do the best he can. He's just.
There was
not
a
at the
couple
standard.
of seasons
Well,
there
he's
where you just
sold.
felt
Well,
sorry
he's
for
got
him.
sold. He was sold yesterday.
look, come here.
He's gone.
He should be our club captain.
Huh?
He should be our club captain.
But he's gone.
But he's gone.
And but you can't even you can't trust Maguire to do a simple pass. Like if he's passed
Yeah.
across the keeper,
He's still starting.
But this
games
argument,
against
though,
City today, like,
This argument of he does well with England, right? Because he played in the back five. Amarin
Yeah.
plays the back
a
five.
lot of
Yeah,
help.
yeah.
yeah.
Give him a go.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I hate him,
All true.
by the way.
Yeah.
I,
Oh,
I,
he's in.
City are in. Oh,
Well,
what a
oh my
tackle.
God, that was a tackle and a half. That was.
That's a
What
rowie.
a tackle.
You wouldn't bench him.
Oh, I
now?
thought.
Give him. Give him.
Oh,
tough
we're-
hold.
we're-
Give
we're
him a
giving him
raise,
a first.
give him a
First.
raise.
That was a great tackle. Wait
That
to
was
see this because he was
unreal
in.
tackle.
How
was
does he miss
pulling.
that though? How this is a great ball,
That was a great ball in the middle there.
or
Look
is
at
it
that.
lucky? That's lucky.
Oh, look.
What a tackle!
Oh,
That was a great
you
tackle.
see that again?
Did
So
he miss
Harry
kick that?
Maguire is gone.
Is
He kicks. Here.
He kicks the ground.
Oh my
aye.
God.
Oh.
Doesn't tackle him at all there, I'm going to say. Sell.
Sell him.
Don't give away.
Cancel that contract.
Martinez.
Lissandro.
Very hard one for me because,
The butcher.
but I love his grit.
I like him, yeah.
I like his grit, and I like see, United was lacking so badly in defence. When we look back to when we had Vidic, Stam, like you had
Always,
you know,
always good. central
Ferdinand. There was
defenders,
good, strong lads.
Yeah, but they could defend.
yeah.
I know, but he brought. Look, he
You're
brought-
talking about three of the best defenders there, by the way,
I
that's
know.
ever played in the Premier League.
Just as a benchmark for Champions League, this is where we
Yeah.
want to get to with United. We're
Then
not
we went to
gonna
Chris Evans for a while.
This because
No, that's Captain America. We went to Johnny Evans for a while.
Johnny
Not
Evans.
Chris
Johnny
Evans.
I didn't want to say.
Johnny. We got Johnny on the pitch.
That's one of the hardest because I do like him and I like, but overall Champions League he probably has to be sold.
Yeah.
Yeah, has
So
to.
what's-
But
What's the Champions League reference?
for
Just
United,
that's
so
the standard. Like,
we want to be getting to semi-finals. So that's where our quarter-finals minimum standard that we want to accept. Not getting knocked out, and so can I have these players to get me there?
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's a good one.
Malacia.
Keep.
We're going to keep him. Not bench. Going to keep.
Keep.
Cahill Forens is handsome devils. One of the boys.
Go back, Carl.
Go back, Carl. You can jump in as well, James, and see what you think.
Yeah. We're gonna go. So Malacia, you're keeping, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. We're gonna go Dorgu.
Keep.
He's good. I like him.
He is a good
Yeah,
player.
Dorgu's-
He's very good
Dorgu.
against Everton, actually.
Euro.
bench.
I like him.
Yeah.
Bench.
I like him.
It's between bench and keep, but I'm gonna go keep.
Is
I'll
he?
say
Is he? Is
yeah.
he? Is he better than Brantway?
No.
Bold shout.
I don't. Do you think he's better than Bramby?
No.
Like, for,
He hasn't even. No.
currently, but for possibilities, see, I'm looking at a player grown. I
No,
don't
but
know.
he's lost out on Brantway in the summer because he wouldn't pay the amount for him, and then fans were bitching about Everton not selling for the price that they believe he's worth. And I think, like, you look at John Stones, he's better than John Stones.
Yeah.
At the age John Stones was at Everton,
Mm.
so the ceiling's pretty high for Brantway.
There was
Uh,
a lot of expectation from Jones there for a long time. Like he was being hailed as
Bill Jones,
Phil Jones.
no. Oh no. Who am I thinking of?
Yarrow,
Um,
Brantway.
Tom Jones, you were thinking.
I know.
Branthwaite, he was injured at the start of the season. He was making a couple of mistakes, so people thought he was done. So since Moyes came in, he's been pretty much outstanding again. Actually, don't know why he hasn't been called up by England, but however, he will be soon, I'm sure.
I'd have to get called up for things.
Yeah.
Has to.
So Dallo.
Diego
Oh,
Dallo.
he's a bad player.
I actually like him.
I'm gonna go bench.
Would you go bench? Yeah.
Yeah, has to be bench.
I got rid of him.
Yeah.
We're gonna do this with you after at Liverpool, by the way.
Yeah.
I'll just tell you, rattle off top of the head now. There's no need to hang around.
So we're going.
We're only in
You've got
defence,
players
yeah.
you can keep though that are just
Luke Shaw.
Rob the living.
Oh, gone.
United.
Yeah,
Rob
yeah,
the living.
totally.
Yo, so who?
He signed him for medical research because he's injured.
But someone done the stats up for him and what he's been paid. Like, you won't believe the stats. They done the stats on game play versus seasons.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
man, it's mental.
Well, he did have that bag leg break when he actually was playing well that season. That one season where he actually had the.
But he's been there for 9 years.
Yeah.
Uh,
I had an argument with my mate Joey. He knows him as well. He was down here, but he was like, I feel sorry for him. I was like, feel sorry for what? He's got to live out his dreams, play for,
The fella's on restaurants and bars on his Instagram every single week, posting out eating and all.
because he can't
What
talk
are you
out.
feeling sorry for him for? Driving around with his
Need to be stronger there, Hoyland.
um,
You're in the midfield now, are you?
so Luke Shaw still. So Aiden Heaven, I'd keep him.
Or you might go
You
to
bench
hell.
him.
You
You
might
gotta
go
bench
to, you might go to hell if you don't.
Yeah. Bench.
We'll go bench. So yeah, Johnny Evans, not Chris Evans.
He has to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been a great
Simple.
player.
He's been
though.
there for a long time.
But all respect to him again.
He's been a
Oh,
great player for
yeah,
United.
yeah.
And a great, like, to come back and to perform. You have to give it to him.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the most underrated centre backs in the Premier League of all time because of you look at what he's done and what he's won, and like Leicester were blessed when he was with them as well. Like he was, I know they got relegated, but
Was he with Everton?
No, we were linked with him loads of times. I wish we had got him. West Brom, he was,
Yeah, he was linked to them a
Yeah.
lot, weren't you?
Yeah.
So
he's
Yeah.
a real Moyes player.
yeah,
real
totally,
Moyes
yeah.
But I wish that it's like so. That's why sometimes I kind of wish that there was a United Ireland team because we would have got someone like Evans playing for us because he was really good for Northern Ireland. But no other real reason because I don't think there's too many of them that we take. But
Has there ever been an Irish podcast that didn't mention United Ireland?
I wouldn't actually want. It would just be solely to get him.
It was the only player we wanted that
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Everybody has their reasons.
Yeah.
Last player in the defense is Harry Amas.
I don't know enough about him.
No, it's probably
I don't even know.
it's between bench and Sal.
So,
Oh, this is going to be
we're
interesting.
getting into the
Midfielders.
midfield. We're going to midfielders now. So Mason Mount.
I mean, get rid of him.
that's not a
Get in.
It's not even a
He hit
question.
behind him.
What is going on there?
Not
Good
even-
pass. That was good pass.
United are doing well the last few minutes.
So you'd sell Mason Mount.
He's
and
top-
God
you have
love me
to,
soul.
you
God
have to,
love
yeah,
So
me.
yeah.
Bruno Fernandes.
Keep.
He's United's best player at the moment. So get in.
Save, well done, Edison.
You'd keep, obviously.
Yeah. Look, it is.
you
Well, and
you
it's
do
quite
need some players.
But I know. But what I'm saying
We've
is
got a
if
couple
we,
of benchers.
I know.
if we were going to build
know.
in it, you know what I mean?
But I think you can't say that he wouldn't be at that quality.
No,
and if he
no.
had better players around him, I think he'd be a better player. Obviously,
If there was as much pressure on him to deliver it every week, and when he does have a bit of an off week, we're looking at him going, "Why didn't you score and win the game for us?" So
I don't think he's a captain.
no,
No.
too much. What would you call it? The stupidness, the stupidity.
Yeah,
you
too
know,
fussy.
giving away frees and just
the-
at the ref.
All
and
this stuff and
petulant.
all this. And
Petulant.
yeah, petulant. That's the word. Is it petulant?
petulant, yeah.
Christian
Oh.
Eriksen.
Sorry, God love him now. Gone.
Gone.
Turning.
Listen, poor Christian Eriksen. He had a tough time.
It's a
over
tough
the-
time, but we're going. Look, this is cutthroat. We're trying to get to Champions League semis.
So we've got one player, Casemiro. Gone.
He's gone with his millions. Good luck. See you later. He's,
Like, honestly, right, was it Graham Souness that came out and said he was the most overrated player in midfield history?
did he?
said, yeah, Graham Souness came out and he said at Real Madrid he had players around him that made him look good. Souness said,
Well,
Now-
he did. He did.
Yeah,
have
well,
good
that's
players.
the joys of being,
you know.
playing for them.
So Manuel Ugarte.
Oh, he's not good enough. He had that one good run in the European or the World Cup, was it? And you signed him off the back of that. Hasn't been good enough.
That's
on a
happened
bench.
so
I
many
think
times. though,
I think he needs more
players.
time.
Yeah, there's more.
Give him a
Bench.
Give him the bench.
has
You wanna
to
bench him, yeah?
Kobe Mainu.
I'll keep.
Yeah, but he wants to go, doesn't he?
I'd say you just want
Don't be
to.
saying things like that. will you?
But
Just stop.
But they're straight.
Now you
They're
know-
straight
now you know
cash
how
though.
I felt when Wayne Rooney left. for you.
They're straight money for you though. Academy player
And
coming
then he
up.
come
This is
on
where he's gonna
scored a
go.
hat-trick in the-
Oh,
Then Ryan Rooney come on, scores a hat trick in the Champions League. Then
Yeah.
literally, he's just,
Tell you, unbelievable.
he won the FA Cup for you, didn't he?
yeah.
He's won many for them.
Toby Colliver, Toby Collier,
Sell.
and Daniel Gore. I don't know.
Who?
He had
Nope.
that stinker against Liverpool,
He's on
didn't he?
loan.
Early on in the
He's on
season,
loan.
Collier, when he brought him on.
So
It
we're
was a
in,
terrible thing to do. That was.
Who was
Rangers.
this? Sorry.
Remember Collier come on in the midfield against Liverpool earlier on in the season when we went to Old Trafford.
Is that the one we pinched to win? Was that?
No. That was just a few weeks ago.
Right.
That was the end of January. I'm talking about when we betches in Old Trafford at the start of the season. Was it 3-0?
I thought it was more. Was it? Was it
You
only?
really wanted to get that in.
I actually thought. It was
No,
more.
because he mentioned Collier. Collier,
Yeah.
come on, and I felt so sorry for the kid. He brought him on. I think it was 3-0. Could have been 2, but whatever it was, he's getting slaughtered anyway.
Yeah.
He brings him on in the 60th minute or so, and he's lost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's lost.
so we're into the forwards here. Hoyland.
No.
De Bruyne just looks
No.
a different shadow of his former.
Doesn't he?
But
That's
this is his
mad.
last. His last.
Yeah, he said he's going, isn't he?
Is that done?
This
Sorry,
is
I
his
seen
last-
something about that today. Is he
Yeah.
done? Is
Yeah,
he
yeah,
got-
he's
yeah.
given
They're
it
not, they're not
Sky
renewing
Sports
his
and all these-
contract though. As
One,
well.
like, you
So Hoyland gone.
Gone, yeah.
Well, Rashford on loan.
know. Yeah, we have to sell Rashford. We have to sell Rashford.
Yeah, and look,
Can't
even if
he-
he even
no
how
coming
well it's
back.
before- there's no coming back.
No
It's
coming
done. There was
Yeah.
you hung around there for enough, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Sad. That's a sad one though for
Yeah,
him
yeah,
because
totally,
he's
yeah.
such potential.
And for so many years, he was always going to be United's blue-eyed boy.
And he'd love to buy the lunch for the staff, wouldn't he? He buys lunch for everybody else. So he'd love.
But he's only ever been potential. He's never been like he had that one good season about
Yeah.
2 or 3
Just
years
before
ago.
he signed the contract.
And then
To be
it's
fair,
just
that
always
was a
been
good
potential.
use
He's
of
got
it, like.
potential. He's got
Ah.
potential, and he has
Good
all
thing
the
to do.
attributes to
Oh,
be.
amazing.
But did you
Unbelievable.
see they made the clips on the thing? But they made of his clips going around the United and sauntering around the pitch and players walking.
Yeah.
It's just
I know, but you could do clips about that with anybody. I mean, if you cut up
but
enough,
there's
if you
literally
cut up
players
enough
walking
Messi
beside
clips,
him.
Messi
but no,
walks.
this is like
Like walking beside him, like literally.
like you'd expect
Is
more
he
than
very-
five.
very
it's like,
bad.
Oh, it's really bad.
Not a
Is
good
it?
look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Not a good look, but anyway, we'll move.
So Xerxes,
Ah,
I'd give him time.
Bench.
it's a tough one between
Sell.
bench and sell. It's like I don't know.
Would you sell
Oh, here's a good
Oh,
ball.
here we are.
Oh, come on.
You need to get a good ball here. Take him on. No, you won't because you're a robot. Oh, great
Great
ball.
ball.
Oh,
Xerxes.
oh,
Oh.
It's good
That's
header.
good.
See, that's why you sell him.
Yeah, that was a good clearance.
So Ahmad,
That was mine actually.
it was the main who ball in or the coming in the back.
Or Dargy, sorry.
Ahmad, we're keeping Ahmad, are we?
Boylan would have
It's
been
off.
offside anyway.
Offside.
He was offside.
Keeping him at Garnacho, is it?
Garnacho. We'd have to bench him.
I'd
like.
sell. No, you wouldn't. I'd give it
It's
to him.
I'm
Look
just
at the attitude.
but just for a United fan, and he's been when we've been struggling, he's going to get on the bench for me because when we've been struggling, he still makes runs into the box. When the rest of them are doing nothing, he's making runs. He's trying to now an awful lot.
He made the difference against Everton when he came on.
Yeah, look, it's bad decisions, but he's still trying. Do you know, he still looks like he
Yeah,
can
yeah.
get through. So he's getting on the bench for that.
And the rest of the strikers are all on loan. There's 3 strikers on loan: Anthony, Wheatley, and Sancho.
Anthony's an interesting one. Where are you at with him?
Do you see? I
He's
see.
unreal for Real, but
He's
I-
doing well. Like.
Come on,
Did you
lads.
see? No, but no. I'd never keep him for how he played for us.
You do Liverpool.
But did you see
could
him
do Liverpool.
against Barcelona there? Like he was making runs and he was,
and Real Madrid.
he was not the ball out of the butt still for how bad he was. And that thing when he came
Too
on,
many memes.
when he came on as a substitute and he's making that face,
The face
he
that-
was
the-
done nothing.
Like The Rock.
Do you hear the story? He had a photographer, his own personal photographer, that went to the pitch to get pictures, personal photographs off him when he scored.
Really?
There's a reason to not keep him straight
Yeah,
off the bat
that's-
there.
that-
Honestly.
yeah.
So how many times did he take a picture?
It doesn't
And any
matter.
player that brings their own personal barber around with them on the trip's not gone as well.
Yeah. He's like a
I want,
Jesse-
that's not
like-
acceptable.
So do you not have your own barber when you're going off to the gig?
And my
no?
brother's a barber.
He was
So
like,
he
like
does it.
Jesse Lingard, all that, just
Right,
you
Ian,
know that nonsense.
You doing Liverpool?
we're doing Liverpool. Alison Becker.
Thought you'd have hair
Oh,
and
yeah,
makeup
keep-
going around with you, all these gigs.
I do, yeah. Alison, I'd keep personally, but if Mamadashvili is coming in,
He will be.
but that's what I mean. Is he going to start or is he? I think he's too good to sit on the bench, isn't he?
But
He had an absolute quality game last night. He had.
said the same thing about Kelleher, I suppose.
I don't think
He saved the
Kelleher's.
penalty against
I don't
Liverpool.
think I don't think Kelleher's good enough to play for Liverpool.
Okay, so he'll be a sell.
Yeah, no, I don't. Like, don't get me wrong. I think he's been great for us, right?
Yeah.
But he's never going to start ahead of Alisson Becker.
Yeah,
And if
yeah, no,
Alisson
I agree,
goes,
yeah.
the staff clearly don't have the trust in him because they wouldn't have brought in.
Like that Newcastle goal.
Yeah, like the new and even still, even today, Alisson saves 2 of them goals today. I think.
I haven't seen the finish.
Like the ball goes through. The ball goes through his legs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Iwobi scores a goal, it goes through his legs. Alisson saves it. You know. Now Robertson had a deflection. Yeah. Look.
I think we also have to realise that Alisson, I said earlier, I think he's the best keeper in the Premier League.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, so that's what your standard is up against. So
Yeah,
with Kelleher,
I mean-
you're not saying he's bad.
No.
It's
He's
just
not.
not-
He's just not.
it-
Like
uh,
anyone outside of, I think, Liverpool.
Right.
Anyone outside of Liverpool.
Ball. Oh, is that handball? No.
Hey, they're playing
He
well.
waved it off.
Anyone outside of Liverpool, Spurs, Arsenal, City. I think he starts for anyone in the Premier League. Maybe Villa with
No, he doesn't
Martinez.
start for Everton.
He definitely starts for Everton.
Not a hope.
Big car box ahead of him, he turned up.
yeah.
Listen, I think Kelleher's class. I hope he goes somewhere in the Premier League.
So do I,
Has a
yeah.
good
Yeah.
Career.
So do I.
Spurs would be no.
No,
they'd
Chelsea.
carry-
He's gonna go Chelsea, and they need a keeper desperately. They'll
Yeah,
pay
just-
40 million for him.
I just don't know.
You reckon he get 40
Would he be? Would he?
Yeah, of
Would it be a
course.
good
He's won
fit for
his 2
him there?
trophies.
You know, that would just be my only thing. Yaros, he used to play for St. Pat's actually,
Yeah, he came on there earlier on in the season and had that. Remember against Crystal Palace away?
and they were celebrating it as if St. Pat's were
I
celebrating.
know.
as
Yeah,
if-
it's absolutely
Oh,
wild.
that was a close handball there.
So I would have seen him play actually. Yeah, he was a good keeper, obviously. Joe Gomez.
He's too injury prone. I like him. I do like him. He hasn't scored a goal for Liverpool yet. Actually, we're keeping him till he scores, and as soon as he scores, the next window. The only player in Liverpool squad that's never scored for Liverpool.
He's the Tony Hibbert.
Is he? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fact. Yeah,
He's the Tony Hibbert of Liverpool.
Tony Hibbert.
he's with Liverpool. Must be. Brendan Rodgers signed him, so 10 years he's with Liverpool.
Yeah.
11 years.
Patrice Evra was that for United, wasn't
From
he?
Chelsea.
Patrice
No, he used to score.
Everett.
He used to score. loads of
No,
goals.
ever
Yeah.
scored.
There was a while. Who was it? There was a time where.
There's probably someone like Henning
But Gomez
Berg.
hasn't scored in 11 years for Liverpool.
Henning Berg.
Henning Berg.
But he's injured every season. He's missing 3-4 months a season.
I miss Patrice Evra now. You said the
Yeah.
runs down.
Of course, you miss
Serious.
Patrice Evra. That's
But
But
mental.
just the runs on getting
Him and
flashing
him
back.
and Leighton Baines used to love watching.
Yeah, great.
Great haircut, Leighton Baines. Great barber.
Yeah.
Leighton Baines' barber, top of the range. That was class.
He's just great in general. What a player. Virgil.
Oh yeah, keep. Oh my God, keep.
Canate.
Yeah, keep.
Yeah, Simicast.
No, gone.
Boy.
She's not good enough. Not the level.
Robertson.
Bench.
Trent.
But Bench Robertson's been horrendous this season. But Simicast is clearly not good enough. If Robertson's so bad this season, he's been arguably our worst player this season. And if he's Simicast is not good enough to start ahead of him, or he doesn't trust him enough, then he has to go. But Robertson needs to go to the bench.
Trent.
Good logic behind these answers.
Trent.
Good logic.
I'd love to keep him. I mean, personally, I would keep him, but it's not like it's going to happen. So, but me, if you're asking me, I'd keep him.
Yeah. You make the choice.
Kwanzaa.
Yeah, keep.
Connor Bradley.
Keep. Yeah, absolutely.
I actually United Ireland. I'd have him. Okay, into the midfielders. Wataru Endo. Keep.
Never lost a game with him on the pitch.
Oh, 'cause
Okay. No, it's surprising. Like,
Well, come here. Like, at bench. He's not going to start. Like, you know what I mean. So he's a great player to have. He sells loads of jerseys in Japan as well. That's true.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we signed Minamino.
But Chelsea-
Matoma is
Why
actually
we
like
had
that.
Parky Sung.
Yeah,
I was
Park
at-
Yeah, but he was a
brilliant,
baller.
I was at a
though. Park
game.
was a baller as
Baller,
well.
yeah.
Where are all these players gone?
I was in the Amex for an Everton away game, and the amount of people over just to watch Matoma
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
and buy his jersey was actually like if you can get a player like that in your squad,
Yeah.
then you have a whole new level of income coming in because
Big
they're
time.
all flying in to watch the player and they're all.
Do you remember we signed Ragnar Klavan
Yes.
and they were all over from Estonia. Was it Estonia he was from?
Yeah.
it?
The
Someone
amount
like
of
that.
fans that come over from Estonia just to see Ragnar Klavan, they worshipped him because he played with Liverpool.
I'm sure it wasn't the rest of their
Well,
Norwegian fans that they have.
Remember he scored against Burnley in the last second
Why?
away. Hated Burnley away.
Burnley.
Disaster.
Szoboszlai.
I keep Big Dom, yeah. Or a handsome man.
Alexis McAllister.
Yeah, baller. Probably my favourite player in the squad.
Yeah.
Is it, yeah?
Curtis Jones.
Yeah, keep. There was a time now when I didn't like him, but he's really
Done
come
a good
on.
job there.
Yeah, he's
during
really
the
come
week,
on.
didn't
Yeah, he looks good on the slot, doesn't he? He's
Yeah,
playing right back as well. And he's covering it really well.
Played well the other night.
Yeah.
Didn't have any trouble though. I would have liked this if Enjoy would have been fit just to see how he would have gone against him, but he was back too soon. Harvey Elliott,
No. So
Gravenberch.
Not even bench, no.
no, like as I said, it's the second manager. He's there 4 years now, and I know he was starting the season. Then he got the bad injury against Chelsea that time. Do you remember that?
No.
Was it the second year he was with us? I think.
he's in. Oh.
And he got that horrendous injury. It put him out for, I think it was a year. I think he was out for the whole season. I think it's a horrible injury he got, and he come back, and I didn't think he'd come back to the level he come back at. But the managers just don't seem to trust him.
Right.
Like he hasn't started,
Yeah.
you know. So you have to sell him.
Tell him, yeah.
You have to sell him, you know.
Okay. Luis Diaz.
No, so
Do you want to elaborate or do I go on?
I just don't think his end product is not. I think for what you get for him, Barcelona would lap him up, and his dad,
Like
his
Rafinha.
dad want to shut up saying he loves Barcelona and all his dreams to play for Barcelona. Honestly,
Gonna
what's he
get
at? Like,
kidnapped
you know what I
again.
mean? Yeah, I know. You know what I mean? Nap that outfit again. You know what I mean? But he's mouthing out of him like, shut up, like, you know what I mean? Your son's playing for Liverpool in the left wing.
Yeah.
Our dreams to play for Barcelona. Shut up, man.
Yeah, we used to
Do you know what I mean?
There'll be
Yeah.
always that player that.
But I get it with the South Americans. I understand. They don't grow up going, oh, God, I'd love to play for Liverpool.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't happen, you know, and I get that.
Well, it's
Like-
mad because Trent did and he wants to go to Real.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, but that's different though, isn't it? Like,
Well, that's elements is some similar elements because and he wants to go and sign for them.
it's like John Duran when everyone was saying, I can't believe, was it John Duran that went to,
Yeah.
yeah, and everyone's going, can't believe he went there. Fella grew up in Colombia in poverty.
Yeah.
Of course he's going to go and
No.
take the money, 23 years of age.
And he
Change
can come back in 2 years. and
10
still be great.
generations of his life.
But it's like buying a car that you want, right? For example, say there's a car you always wanted. You go out and buy it, and you have it 2-3 years. It's just a car. You want something new. You want
Oh, yeah.
something. It's like it's complacency. We
I
all
know,
get
yeah.
it. No
We all
matter
get
what
it.
it is.
Totally,
Yeah.
yeah.
Alan's getting a new car on Wednesday. That's what he's talking about.
Hold on. I'm getting a 7-seater for all my kids. This wasn't a choice.
Oh,
This
right,
is-
okay, yeah.
This is
He's
not-
driving around in a car.
Oh.
He's got a
Hate
troop,
when the
troop
camera
of
angles
kids
are-
and he's got a 2-door car at the moment. You're not going to get in.
Not
now.
2-door.
Yeah,
4-door.
may as well be.
Okay, Darwin Núñez.
No, sell.
Okay, Mo Salah.
Oh,
I'd keep Salah.
just to see where he's at now. Will you keep or
You're going to keep.
Núñez.
I'd keep.
no for Salah?
Oh.
Oh no, I'd keep Salah.
Yeah.
Of course, I'd keep
Why
him.
hasn't he signed a contract?
Oh.
Do you think? Why?
We don't know if he has or if he hasn't. Like, you might announce it after
Uh,
you win the league.
Someone said that they were down taking photos of Albert Dock the other day.
He was, yeah. There's pictures of him going around in the
I
new
was
in the new
down.
Nike.
Well, it'd be a bit weird that they have him in the new kit and he wouldn't ever wear if he's modelling.
Yeah.
He's probably contracted though. You know what I mean? He's probably.
Oh, what a
He's
strike.
got to hit that. He's got to hit that.
Oh,
He doesn't
Fuck.
hit that.
Oh, God.
push
it
out.
Away.
Push out.
What the?
Okay, Federico Chiesa. That's an interesting one.
I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him.
He's obviously quality though. So would you bench him?
I was offside anyway.
Oh,
Is he obviously quality?
He
mean, he
was
wasn't
quality
getting a
before he got
game-
injured. But most games he's come on and played and he's scored in.
No, he scored twice this season.
How many games has he played though?
6.
Not bad considering the amount of games.
But he obviously doesn't. He's obviously not of the level. Like,
I don't know where it might be fitness though. Here's Jerks, you know.
well, even if right, well then even if
And
it is
Mount- and
fitness,
Mount.
even if it is fitness, then he has to go.
Okay,
Do you know what I mean?
I think he's class, but I hope he doesn't come good. Cody Gakpo
Yeah, you have to keep Gakpo. He's had a great season.
dropped off a little bit
Yeah,
late.
but he's back off injuries. It's only his second game back, third game back since the injury. I mean, give him a
Yeah, no, I'm
You
just
know what I
kind of going off what you said about Salah.
like his first half of the season was fantastic.
Yeah, no, I'm just going off what you said about Salah earlier on. That's all. Jota.
No, it's El Jota. I think Jota's time is done now, you know. And I think Jota has had a great. Well, he's with Liverpool now 4 years. We signed him and Thiago in the same season. And I remember we signed Thiago and I was so excited going, oh my God, we have signed a masterclass baller here. Like a wizard we've signed here. And honestly, he just couldn't stay fit though. You know what I mean? Thiago was such a problem. And then we signed Jota pretty much the same afternoon, if not a day later.
Oh, I thought that was sailing in.
And I remember thinking, going, Jota from Wolves? Yeah. Seems all right. Like, you know, not going to set the world on fire. And the first 3 years, he was phenomenal. Like, he really was.
He was a good player.
But I think he's had that bad injury to his back.
It was an effort.
And he hasn't been the same since he's come back. And I don't know. I feel like for what we get for him, Diaz and Núñez, we'd buy a super centre forward or a super winger, or you'd buy a Gordon and a super striker. You know.
Yeah, who is the super striker? If you had the
Julian Alvarez. Julian Alvarez.
Yeah, sorry.
Ugart and Highland.
Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind Isak, obviously.
Yeah.
But the injuries, kind of, we can't afford to have any more of them. Like, Jota was so injury prone.
Yeah.
Can't afford another one of them. And I actually think you get Alvarez cheaper than what you get Isak for.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
it depends on that clause you said earlier. Could be.
Now again, I read there's a clause. I don't 100% know. I read there's a release clause, but I don't
think anyone in the comments is going to hold you accountable.
Probably not.
But Balls and Gee thinks that United will get relegated without Bruno this season.
Yeah,
bit of a
look,
stretch,
well, that's
but,
the stats.
They haven't been.
Well, if the 3 teams weren't so bad,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
come up.
If Dyche was still at Everton, we'd be gone.
Do you reckon? Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not even joking. Moyes is just
how many players did
elite
you have
player.
keep there around?
10 probably.
No, more than that. I'd kept. Well, who did
The
I say
squad
would
wasn't
go?
that big.
I said Kelleher would go, Simicast would go, Joe Gomez would go. I said Chiesa will go, Diaz will go, Jota will go. That was it.
But some difference, it's some difference from.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Crazy. you
the
know,
table
isn't it?
speaks, but like it's
Come on.
even like people like Arsenal don't just need a striker as well. Arsenal need at least 4 players.
They all need players. This is the
Like
thing.
Zinchenko.
Yeah.
Zinchenko was not good
Players,
enough
like-
to start,
Yeah.
and he's barely played this season.
Grealish is coming on for City.
Again, he's gonna go as well.
Like, I mean, what did they get Grealish for again?
100 million.
Oh, that is a bad price tag. Well, how many goals he's scored since he joined City? Was it for 100 million?
Every time I see the fella, he's locked, isn't he?
Yeah, he likes the
He
party.
loves a gargle, doesn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
You still think they've won the treble?
Yeah.
Remember he's on the session
He's
for
been on
3 days.
the session since then. I
In
think.
fairness, you need characters like that in football as well. I don't.
I'd say he's a great lad in the
Absolutely.
dressing room. Like,
I'd say he's a
that,
good buzz, yeah.
Like with all the players in all of the teams out there, they're all lads at the end of the day. They all like to let off a bit of steam somehow.
It's a fair point, though. Like, they're living the life, they're playing ball.
It would
they're-
be so difficult if you.
I wouldn't be
lived
able
that
to. I'd
life.
ruin myself.
I think
I wouldn't be employed.
the most if I was the most frustrated fans in the league must be the Spurs fans.
Yeah.
Like, United is fixable. Like, and you have the revenue there, and you have all that kind of
Well,
stuff, and
do
you
we
have
though? That's
well, you
like
have
we've
the
got
traction, you have the draw,
Well, we've
right?
got-
It's Man United,
We've
right?
got debt. We've got an awful lot of debt.
Right, but you still have the traction though. Players will want to play for United no matter what, right?
Yeah.
Spurs, apart from the stadium, they don't have the traction. I mean, and Daniel Levy just doesn't, like, he's terrible.
He's
like,
still there, is he?
yeah,
I don't have.
he's
I
more
don't
interested in
take too
having
much
Beyonce
credit
for
for
2 nights than he is having a good.
That's what he's. Well, there's money in.
Well, that's why they'll never kick on.
That's what I mean.
While he's the owner, they just won't,
Sweet.
because he's, as you say, he just treats it like a business
That's what I
rather
mean.
than a
It's-
football club. Which, like,
Yeah.
Spurs fans will have all right days, but they'll never have the real good days that, say, yous have had, and United really as well.
Sure, I remember the '99. I'm old enough for the '99 to properly remember
99.
the '99.
It wasn't that long ago. It was Stone Age, wasn't it?
It was. This was it 26 years now.
26 years.
26 years, and I remember that clearly, very clearly. I remember even the lead up to all the goals, or even remember Ryan Giggs' goal against Arsenal in the semi-final that time, running through.
Jersey over his
No
head.
idea.
Oh my God!
Well,
When he pulled
too young
off
for
the
that.
jersey.
You're like 2 years younger than me. You don't remember that?
That would have
No,
been.
it would have
that
been
was
like 6,
1999.
7.
I was 7, and I remember.
Do you remember him pulling off the jersey? And
He was
the hairy
swinging the
chest?
jersey around his head.
Oh, I know the image. Like, I know the
Yeah.
famous.
Oh, well,
the
it would've
famous.
that would have been a famous
play.
celebration.
That goal,
Aired for years.
Bergkamp.
But I don't remember watching it go in or watching it.
remember.
Phil Neville
Oh,
gave
yeah.
away a penalty. Bergkamp's missed. Michael
do
saved
you know who the Schmeichel that for that run?
Peter
in?
That was a
Schmeichel.
foul, no?
Schmeichel. Oh my God, his saves in the semi-finals and the
Did he
finals
cause
of all
that?
those
What?
cups.
Do you think he's the best goalkeeper in Premier League history?
Him or Van der Sar?
Peter Cech deserves a mention.
Peter Cech was a good
Courtois.
The best
Like,
keeper in
I
the
think
wasn't on the
Schmeichel.
Premier
He wasn't there
Schmeichel
long enough,
or
though, wasn't he? Yeah, he
Van
wasn't
der
there long
Sar
enough.
or Schmeichel.
La Liga, he could be.
Oh, La Liga. I think he is. Well, him and what's your man's name that
Class.
was in goal for Barcelona?
Victor
Valdez.
Valdez, but
Well, now Oliver Kahn was probably the best.
Carlo Cudicini.
I used to hate United played against them.
Oh, we always got Bayern Munich. Always.
Yeah.
and Germany as well. He was class for. Like even these things, the 2002 World Cup, if it wasn't for
That
the
fine.
best striker of all time.
You.
Arnold.
But that was the only goal put past him in the group.
And Robbie
stages.
Keane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so
Okay.
that's my bold shout then, right? That's Suarez. That's the one that everyone says no. That's
It's not that
what's
bad
your
of a
what's
bold.
your shout that everyone disagrees with.
Other than Alisson, Pickford to be the best keeper in the Premier League.
Yeah, that's a yeah. That's
I'm standing by it as well.
Yeah, and do you know what, man? Do
I don't know if
Do.
I have one as bold as that. Like to.
you must.
I don't think your one is as bold as you're thinking. Honestly.
Here's Eric. I think he was probably one, like but we seen him proper. We seen him proper.
Okay, so get your bold statement out there,
Well,
mate.
that's my bold statement. I think after Ronaldo and Messi.
He only scored 82 goals for United.
Cantona.
Should we all remember you scored? You flicked your collars up after.
Oh,
That was
Cantona.
him.
No, we didn't do it. I'll tell you that now.
Wait, you're not scoring any goals.
He is a cult hero because you still see
And
like
he was a very Zidane-like player as well. Like he was,
he had
but
that
he just
aura
had
about
that
him.
extra bit than the Zidane. I think he just had that little bit, a bit more of an air about him.
You can't
that-
say he's better than Zidane.
No, I don't know. He's up there.
Nah,
I
he's
don't
not
even
better
think.
Oh,
Hit that.
get in! Oh,
Zidane
was
won
that
World
shit?
Cup.
I don't even think
Champions
he's top
League.
3 strikers in the Premier League history.
Cantona was pretty good. He was never a striker. He
He-
was always
what-
just behind
what-
that striker.
What he was though
Was
was
he not a striker? No.
He was.
But
But he
you
was
remember
just,
the
he was
goal
a
against
nine. He was a
Liverpool?
number 9.
FA Cup.
What year?
He had the cast on
had
his hand.
the-
He had the cast on his hand, didn't he?
Great. What was
He just came back from being
yeah, just
kicking
outside the box,
Chel-
sailed through.
He just came back.
Yeah.
He literally just came back after that ban for kicking the Crystal Palace fan in the crowd.
In the crowd, yeah.
They
yeah,
were
yeah.
Boot
slating
kick,
him.
Cantona's kung fu
And-
kick. Yeah.
no, he was the catalyst to change United's culture and winning culture. They all say.
But I don't think he's top. I don't think he's in the top
He-
3
and you
Premier
know
League
what?
strikers.
And you know
I'm
why
not
you
saying
would
I'm
say
not
that?
saying he is, but what I'm saying is that he was the one that like you look at if like he's what United need now, someone to change that.
retired
Who
when
would
he
they,
was
they
29.
think Bruno's going to do
Did
that?
he?
29 he retired.
What?
Yeah.
No way, did
He
he?
can't be the goat.
Yeah, well,
No.
that's what
Would
you
you
could have
here? Do you think he's better than Shearer?
No. Shearer proved it with
No.
longevity and goals.
Yeah,
No.
but if that's the case, he's better than Rooney, then no.
He is.
No, I don't think so. I think Rooney.
As a striker, he
I
is.
was going,
No.
Who we saying is better?
Shearer or Rooney.
Shearer's a better striker than Rooney.
Rooney was a better player.
Although you could say Harry Kane is probably like if he had stayed in the Premier League, he would have been a better striker than Shearer.
He's lost. Look, he's lost. Look, he's like,
Oh, it's like-
he's like, if Shearer had a sign for us, he would have been the best player
He
out.
would have been. He would have.
Oh, great ball he's
Go
in.
on.
Oh,
You know they're playing well.
I can't. I'm still stuck to words. And
Yeah, I know.
answer.
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
what? Rooney and Shearer.
yeah. So I remember when Shearer.
Don't get me wrong. There's huge bias for me towards Rooney. I love Rooney,
Yeah.
even though he left us. But I still loved him.
Shearer couldn't do the things that Rooney could.
No.
But if you wanted an out and out goal
Goal scorer.
scorer,
See, this is where I'm stuck with.
Still Rooney.
nah. I think
Shit.
Rooney
Nistelrooy-
is like
Van-
the most underrated
My
player ever. Though.
Van
This is what he did it in
Nistelrooy
the
or
6
Shearer?
yard box.
Van
That's what he
Nistelrooy
did.
But
or
this
Shearer?
Roy is, yeah, exactly. what
In
you
the 6
said.
yard box.
6 yard box, he was always there. Not the most glamorous
Yeah,
goals,
yeah.
but
Oh,
doesn't
he
matter.
was a
They were
poacher.
But you thought, like,
Was Shearer or Van Nistelrooy? I don't know.
Van Nistelrooy's not in the top 3
He's-
strikers either.
You haven't even mentioned Henri, and he was fucking.
Yeah.
He's more of a
unreal.
left winger. I think of him as a left winger, though.
There.
The Swiss.
But I think of him as a left.
Did he get
Did you swear? Did you?
How can like?
Look, we only need another 35 €2. We get a point in Temple Bar then.
No, what's going to happen is we're actually going to build up this jar and we're actually going to give it away for lads who book 5-a-side pitches. So we're actually going to give
Oh, class.
we're going to give the lads on the
Should have
match. Hero
cursed
app.
there. You should have went.
So
Oh.
when we film it, we're up to 24 quid right now. So it's a half a match.
Tell you.
But
Yeah, I don't.
Nobody mentioned Henri.
Well, I think of more as a winger than a centre forward.
No.
Ah, he
forward.
was forward.
Come on.
At that in
A
that
left
era,
winger, no.
he was a
He's definitely top.
he was a 2
Premier
because Perez.
Well, right. Well, he is. If he's
Perez.
going, if he's you think him as a striker, yeah.
Perez was a winger. Was their winger because he cut in off the left. Henri, but he played up front with
Yeah.
Bergkamp. He was a striker
He
with
was a
Bergkamp.
striker, was he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Well,
Who's-
you then.
he went to Barca and played as a left winger as that front three on the Pep.
Would you put Drogba there?
No, I think he's just under.
Oh, just
He just missed the
yeah.
outcome.
Henry and Van Nistelrooy were when United and Arsenal were at their best, going
Yeah.
head to head.
I met Mark. Remember Van Nistelrooy missed the piano, or the penalty, and
Martin Keown.
Yeah.
piano, and Martin Keown jumped up over him.
Yeah.
Remember that? I actually met Martin Keown just after that.
I'd
happened.
say
He was out drinking in Dublin. I was DJing in town,
He-
and I was up there. I was in the toilets. I had a few beers, and I said, "Geez, you're much smaller in real life, aren't you?"
I wouldn't
Because
say he took that
in
well.
that picture, he's like towering over him. I was like, "Geez, you're much smaller now. I'd be tall enough."
Do you know how you decide it, right? Is if you say, does he make your all-time Premier League 11?
Henry does.
Where centre forward?
Does he? He is pretty good, though.
There's a lot of emotion in this because I have such emotion towards Van
So we're
Nistelrooy
going.
for
Right, well,
banging
let's
the-
go. Let's
Don't
before-
forget the handball. I could easily take him out for that.
Yeah, but international, different.
No, that one's still good, Steve.
Yeah,
That's
it does.
we don't get many chances. That was or we played that game. We played such a game of ball. Like the lads were all on it, and just
I mean, Salah has better stats than Henry.
Okay, so give us a right. Your all
minutes.
time. We're just before we've got 10 minutes left. 81 minutes on the
games,
clock.
I
We'll
know.
start.
we are
off-
watching the football. match.
United are playing well. To be fair, they're
Yeah.
actually doing better in the second half.
What are we doing here?
We're
Yeah,
gonna go. We're gonna go right. All-time Premier League 7-a-side team or 5-a-side team.
11, yeah.
Consider where
Ah, this is gonna be
Right, is the goalkeeper
start
included in
off-
the 5, or is that separate?
you can have any five.
Right, well, I have to go separate to the goalkeeper. I can't.
Yeah,
So go 6 with the goalkeeper.
yeah.
Right, we'll do 6 with a
Yeah,
goalkeeper.
well, we're all gonna agree it's Alisson Becker, isn't it?
So
a five-a-side?
all-time Premier League
In a 5-a-side,
If-
you might come up score a header or no.
Right, go. That's your goalkeeper. So you're two defenders, 2 midfielders, and a striker.
I'll go Van Dijk, Vincent Kompany. I'll go David Silva, Steven Gerrard, and what did you say?
David Silva and Gerrard.
No, and then you said one striker.
One striker, yeah.
You're giving company over Vidic.
All day, yeah.
Wow.
And I'm going.
Wow.
And David Silva, and I'm going with probably Henry up front. Then if you're going, or Wayne Rooney. I'll go Wayne Rooney.
Paul, who are we going to go for?
That you're playing the 2-2-1 now.
Well, we're going goalkeeper 2-2-1. Yeah.
I'd probably go. I'm torn between Schmeichel and Czech. And I think by the time Alisson's finished, I probably would have picked him. As in when he finishes,
Yeah.
that's more how I would look at him. I'll go Peter Cech because I just think under that Chelsea team he was unbelievable.
But no Pickford.
No, no, no.
He was dying to get
Trying to get that in.
He was dying.
I'd probably go Rio.
Oh, that's a yellow card all
I'd
day.
probably go Rio and Vidic just
That's-
purely as a
that's a good-
partnership.
Yeah.
If I didn't, I'd probably go Terry and Rio.
Terry.
But I
Imagine
go.
the two boys together.
They played together,
in
didn't they?
England, but like at club level, going.
Oh, they were a bit
Yeah.
unbelievable. But I'll go Vidic and Rio because of that period of dominance that they had. They were just so good together, and
But-
as a partnership, they were.
But out of
class.
the 6 centre halves that we all just mentioned here, like you said, Terry and who'd you say with Terry?
Vidic,
And who'd you say then? You said
Rio,
Rio, right? So out of
but it's more
Those
of a
three-
partnership.
and my 2, there is no wrong answer.
Yeah, I didn't.
No, but you know what I mean. Like that's how good these lads are. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah,
take
yeah.
any
Exactly.
of those
Yeah, you
there.
can,
It's
yeah.
just
But
Yeah.
the thing with the two that you picked, I couldn't see them playing together. But I've obviously seen them play as a partnership, so that's why I'm going for them together. If you get me,
would you consider Company a ball playing centre back?
I don't think he's good company for Van Dijk.
Aye.
No, but like I'm only messing with that. But yeah, he could, but I've seen Vidic and Rio, and they were so good as a partnership. So that's why I'm going for them. It's not.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's not because anyone's better than anyone. It's just pure that partnership. I could have went Terry and Carvalho as well because they're equally as good in my opinion. But then midfield, it's gonna be tough.
That's David Silva was so good.
Roy Keane
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Patrick Vieira, and then I'll go on Rio front. Make it easy.
They wouldn't have been a good partnership together, to be fair.
So your team is so defensive, it's unbelievable. Like
No, I take out probably Vieira and replace him with attacking midfield, maybe Gerrard.
it's mad. I'm using Gerrard as more of my defensive midfielder, and I'm using Silva as more of the.
Alan.
I think that's.
So-
I think.
I
I don't think it's a bad team.
Paul's team beats Ian's team, so I think.
I don't know how you can have
A
a
lot
Premier
of
League
mine
team
are
and not have Roy
United, and
Keane.
I feel bad.
You have to get Roy Keane in.
You have
See, but there's so many. You go, I have to put him, and then someone else pops in, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh no, wait.
I
what
could
the hell
change
is that?
mine in 5 minutes easily. The whole
Yeah,
team.
don't say so could I. Easy, yeah.
So I'm gonna go with my favourites, and if I was to pick
favorite.
That's your team.
Favorite.
Your
Right.
team.
so in goal, it's between obviously it has to be Schmeichel, but between Schmeichel and Given, because I love Given growing, So
What did you
But-
run?
my
I don't know
my
what-
defender, one of my two defenders, and I
Good
think
cast.
he's
We're saying good cast, lads. Good cast.
is,
Who's your keeper? Sorry.
Schmeichel.
Okay,
Schmeichel.
sorry. Yeah.
But I'd love to put Given in there. I would, but
He's good for Newcastle. Yeah.
I have
uh,
to pick Schmeichel over.
I know, I do. I know. I have to, but just you were going players that. I
Yeah,
love.
yeah.
Kind of want to get an
Defender
Irish
in there
player
has to be in
as
there
well.
for me is Dennis Aaron.
Yeah.
Has
Player.
to- has
everyone
to be
was a
in.
baller, wasn't he?
Unbelievable.
Player.
Penalty taker.
You've been
for
talking
United.
about him every week.
But I
we've been
love
here.
him. I don't think he gets enough recognition.
But in the formation that we've also been going for,
Five-a-side.
So
are you gonna put the not a centre half in? Like,
That's yeah. So I'd have
I don't think it would matter in this scenario.
yeah. Like it's 5-a-side pitch. I'm thinking, is it?
Ashley Cole.
Oh, good show.
Yeah. Great player.
Vidic as well.
Bainsy.
Vidic and Irwin.
Yeah, I'm thinking one for just creaming people, and then Erwin just making little runs and just like nice little clinical passes.
And you may as well just pick three other United players.
It's
because-
hard. It's hard.
we should have done it that you can only pick one from the top 6 clubs.
Yeah.
Oh, tell me, Brian, me melted. Me knowledge is that
Ah,
good.
we'd help you.
Where am I on to now? Midfield?
Midfield, yeah.
Or can I get striker out of the way?
Man looks like he's enjoying the
If
game.
you
There, with his
want, yeah,
glasses on.
I'm stuck between two. It'd have to be Shearer or Henry, and it's probably gonna go Henry. For
In
now,
So
a-
then, so then you are saying Shearer's better than Rooney.
no, I don't want to pick too many United players because there's United
Sure,
players.
It's your
Okay,
team.
yeah,
It's your team, man.
Pick any team.
Then midfield
Oh, that's a great ball. United trying to win
I
this.
believe this is stayed 0-0.
I know.
again. How can you, as you said, how can you not have Roy Keane in your midfield? Do you know what I mean? I'm just picking a.
Pick him.
I'm just picking a United squad.
And you link him with the Irwin there. So
And
two Irish players in there as well.
No one's picked Cristiano Ronaldo.
I'm about to.
Are you about to? Are you? Right, okay, yeah.
Do you know what's mad? He never even popped into me.
No,
head. 'Cause you're
It's
thinking-
because you're thinking centre mids when you hear two midfielders.
And
Did he
you
win a
think- you were
Ballon d'Or
thinking
United?
You were thinking older players now as well.
No,
You're showing
he
your
did.
age.
Did he?
Yeah, I think he did win a Ballon d'Or United. Yeah,
He won the
I thought
Champions
so, yeah.
League, yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, get in.
He might have won it at Madrid, but he won it for playing for.
United.
Yeah,
And
no,
they won the
yeah,
Champions
yeah.
League. He won it that season where he scored that cracker against Portsmouth.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'm sure he scored. He
Screamer.
scored the equaliser in the final against Chelsea, didn't he?
Yeah, that's right. The header. Up like a salmon. That was a
Go
great.
on, who you
penalty.
picking?
So you've got one more player to go.
If I'm going, I'm sorry, it's United, but I'm sorry, but it has to be. It has to be Scholes.
Scholes.
It has to be. Like my brain.
Rub my players here.
Ronaldo there, no.
No,
No, so
But it's the formation. So
Yeah.
that's why.
I can't. It's
If
just.
it's an 11 aside, you're thinking way different.
Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
the formation. He picked Dennis Irwin as a centre half. If you're going by like, so the Ronaldo logic kind of is the
No, but
same.
I'm
Like,
saying that why he was thinking more kind of centre mids was because of the way we probably picked our teams.
yeah, probably. Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna go for it's very hard between Van der Sar and Schmeichel. It really is. Like, you know, I've seen Schmeichel
Michael.
in that. Has to be
It does,
Schmeichel.
it
It has to. I said for the saves. The cup final saves, the penalty saves on the run up to that treble. It's just unbelievable.
Schmeichel had a presence as well. He was.
He was always out to you straight away.
Yeah.
Straight away he'd be out to you and always blocking all the angles. We're never nutmegging him. You're never getting him like. So I think Schmeichel definitely for the keeper. I'm gonna go with Vidic and Evra. I think they were my two favorite players for United back in the day. Evra just for his speed, like, you know, he's just always flying up and down, always whipping the ball in. Definitely Keane and Ronaldo in the middle. I'm gonna go Ronaldo as a
Just
midfielder.
United again.
Oh,
United
yeah.
again, is it?
But yeah.
Has to be.
But there's loads about. I'm not thinking it. I'm
Yeah,
just because
yeah,
of what my brain is just not going. Sorry, James. You
And I'm gonna go Cantona up front.
Where's Ronaldo?
Ronaldo in the middle. I'm gonna put him in the middle.
Yeah.
How many players have you got?
That's 6. That is my 6. So I'm going Evra, Vidic, Schmeichel, Ronaldo, Keane.
Get
and
a poll going. See who has the best team.
Ronaldo.
But it's not going to be me or James because we've.
He may just have to pick it.
But like, there's like, for if you're looking,
My team's not even that good. Honestly, I think I actually probably could pick Bear.
James, if you
Really,
contact, bring the
right
lads and get
down.
them together and see if they come down and have it.
We'll have a
Here's a good one for you. Who's the most famous footballer that you've met?
I wouldn't be done, right? I wouldn't be.
You
But
met-
Stephen
you met-
Ireland,
you met them
Stephen
all.
Ireland's mad famous, but his nanny is more famous than he is. I think.
I think Pallister. I was sitting having
Harry
a few pints.
Pallister, yeah.
Did you? Yeah.
I was having a few
I thought-
pints
I
with
was-
him in
I
the
was
Arlington
expecting
Hotel
not-
one time. Yeah.
I was expecting Ronaldinho or something.
Yeah, no, I'm talking to him online. Never met. Never met. Oh, yeah, no, Gary Pallister. I had a few points with him in the Arlington Hotel, having a chat. And my sister at the time, yeah, my sister is a Liverpool fan, and she was giving him stick being a Liverpool fan.
Ian Rush. I was named after Ian Rush. I met him.
Oh, were you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable baller.
Is that why you got the two ends?
Brilliant.
No, that's a pure tax evasion thing. No, it's not. No.
That's the stage name.
That is the stage name. Yeah,
In there, yeah. So yeah, we're into the last 3 minutes, lads. We're in extra time.
I'm
or
dreaming
at a
United.
time here.
Just pinching it.
Extra
Just
time.
please, just give us
To be
something.
fair, they've been playing better the second half.
After how bad we were again during the week, just give us something. That's the way you are with United these days. Just give us a little
Is
something.
Balls and Gee still there? Balls and Gee can tell us who
Balls
had
and
the best team out of the whole lot of us.
Yeah. You let the comments decide who.
Come on, Balls and Gee.
Hopefully it's a United fan. Me and James are sorry.
Yeah, we're into the last 2 minutes, lads. Listen, it's been a pleasure having you over, lads. By
Yeah.
the way, yeah.
Cheers, man.
That's a good crack.
So, Paul, what's up next for Irish Football Fan TV? Where you see yourselves headed over the next while? I think you're probably the most well-known kind of face of sports journalism, more than even a journalist now at this stage. You're a presenting journalist,
I just say
interviewing.
content creator. at this
content creator.
stage. What's it all in the one?
All in ones.
I don't know at the moment. There's some stuff I can't reveal. There's some stuff I can't. So I'm just kind of waiting to finalise a couple of things. But we're going over to the Dutch Cup final in a couple of weeks. Troy Parrott will be playing in the final of that against for AZ Alkmaar against the Go
Gone
Ahead
over
Eagles.
to the game, yeah.
Yeah, so
Brilliant.
we're working at that.
What stadium's it on?
Foreigner, it's Rotterdam. I don't know the name of it, but yeah, Rotterdam.
You're gonna come home with a Dutch accent again.
I've been going around with a Dutch accent the last 2 months anyway.
I seem to see the lads off camera here the last time we were calling the lad Jason.
Yeah, Jason just texted
Jason
me.
just checked.
Rotterdam.
And Ian, what's the plans for yourself over the next couple of months?
Yeah,
Got some
in
big-
recording some new songs now, May 3rd and May 5th. Then we are doing the big show on May 10th in the Soundhouse. Tickets are on sale on Ticketmaster.
Nice, good stuff.
Link is in the description.
We'll put the link in the bio.
Put the link in the bio.
Better be. He says.
Like and
Better be.
subscribe. Like and subscribe, you whores. That wasn't a slang.
What type of what type of music do you do? For someone who
It's a bit like,
no.
Yeah,
Be like
who's your biggest kind of influences? Like I know you're indie
yeah.
kind of Oasis.
Kind of like, yeah, maybe not Oasis more so than Noel himself. Maybe Noel Gallagher meets Kings of Leon.
Oh, nice.
Type
Yeah.
stuff.
I must give it a listen.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty
man.
good. Yeah. And the new, I actually really like the new tune M2M. It's really.
Yeah, new song came out
It's
3
a
weeks ago.
real, it's a real kind of driving along type of tune.
Yeah,
isn't it,
yeah,
where
yeah.
you kinda-
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Is anyone here going to Oasis?
2 nights.
2 nights. I can imagine this like going to
But I'm going
park outside the
I'm
door.
going
for-
I'm going the first night in Cardiff. I'm going the last night in Dublin.
What did you?
The last one in Dublin might be a bit.
Well, I'm going first night in Cardiff because we might not see the last night in Dublin.
Yeah. No, I get that. I just think they might be a bit kind of worn out at that
Yeah.
stage. That's all I mean. Is
No,
that
I'll
one in
tell you what you
Cardiff will
won't
make
be.
up for it either way.
Because the gigs are all 5 days apart.
Okay.
So it's a weekend, a week off, a weekend, a week off, a weekend, a week off. So
I'm going to the first one. There's full time, James.
Full time, lads. 0-0 draw at Old Trafford. United v City.
Nice top, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so lads. Yeah, United still 13th in the league, is it?
Wow.
Just above of Everton, miles behind Liverpool. Well, lads, listen, thanks for coming in. We are again powered by Match Hero, the Footballers app. Download the free app today. Organise 5-a-side, 6-a-side, 7-a-sides. Get paid. Create your group chats. All of the above. We are going to be coming to a town and city near you to create some football games. So get involved.
Especially with the good evenings coming in.
Oh, the weather's been nice.
Lads, get out and play
isn't
some ball.
Yeah.
Download the
Let's
app
get
and
out and
organise
play
a game of ball. Sunny evenings, like it's.
Can't beat it.
Lads, thanks again for coming in. And we'll be back again next week for some more casuals. Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Thanks.